team. We're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me. Cause I know life took a hold on me. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. No. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. For much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let us see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it tonight. For the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICs. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition, I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do.
Things you gotta do. Hey. Be smooth. What's up? Love is the word. DB, Josh, JP, but we gonna call him JQ. OGE. What's up, Big Lloyd? What's up, man? What's up? PG Big Dog. R Brown. What's up? Robert. 2 times X. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, man. Appreciate you, man. It's Pinky, man. Let's go. Edgar, what's up? Eric Gomes, man. I'm going to tell Boxing Ego on you in a minute, dog. Oh, man. Who did I miss? S. Dot. Big Dog. S. Dot. We got S. Dot. Victor, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? We in here, man. I appreciate y'all coming in here, man. And boxing was on earlier. I know before we dive into what we gonna talk about. Brandon Figueroa pulled that joint out last night. And the funny thing, I was gonna call you, DB, and I was like, DB, you want to go to the fight? Then I was like, man, fuck that fight. I ain't gonna even lie, dog. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I was like, man, do I want to go? I was like, man, I don't feel like being in 65-degree weather for that fight, you know. But May 29th for sure. Let's see what else. I'm kind of excited about that. Hopefully, they can build that fight up because that's really, really, really a super fight down there. It was a great card. Thank you. It was a great card. Great word. They really can build that up like a super fight. And I don't mean a super fight like 1 million people are going to watch it. But I mean, like they can build that fight up and make it like a boxing heaven. What's up, LW? You know what I'm saying? Like you got the young, his name is the Heartbreak Kid and all that. You know, you got you have the other guy who looked like Michael Jordan in his last fight, Stevie Fulton. He looked like Michael Jordan in that motherfucker for real. God damn. And he didn't even get tired. He could have went 24 rounds. You know, it was a hell of a card. I couldn't agree with you more. Who was on the undercard? I know it was good fights. Oh man, it's funny how you go from fight to fight, and you can look completely different. That Xavier guy, he looked terrible. He looked terrible when he got cut and got knocked down a couple of times. I thought they gave him a gift draw, a gift decision, or something like that. He looked kind of average. And the opening bout, my God, that old son of a bitch, man, took some punches, man. And he was game. I forget the young man he fought, but overall it was a good card. 3 strong cards, 3 strong fights, very entertaining. And yeah. And this week we got a big one this week too. We got a big all the marbles. You know what I mean? All the marbles at 140. What more can you ask for as a boxing fan? You know, only thing if it was at heavyweight, right? Only thing we can ask if it was at a heavyweight, that would make it the biggest fight ever. By the way, I'm not advocating. I just hit me. I'm not advocating for Fury to fight Joshua. I definitely believe he should honor his rematch, that being Fury. But I'm excited about this week, dog. I don't know much about Josh Taylor. I've only seen his last 2 fights, maybe last 3 fights. So I don't know him too well. But I'm definitely excited to see this fight. I've seen Josh Ramirez since forever, so I know who he is. But Josh Ramirez is hittable. Josh Taylor is a little bit more elusive, more of a high. I don't even want to use the word hybrid, but he's a hybrid. He's like 20% American style, 30% American style, a little bit, you know. He got grit. He fought with one eye. His last fight, I thought, see, here I go forgetting names. That kid from Louisiana. Damn. Anyways, y'all know who I'm talking about for the 2 belts. I thought he pushed him. I thought he didn't have a gear though. He couldn't get in the 5th gear. You know, he couldn't get in the 5th gear. And I'm talking about the kid from Louisiana, Regis Prograde. Thank you. He couldn't get in the 5th gear. And I thought that was the advantage that Josh Taylor had. So I'm really excited about this fight. I even contemplated just driving up Saturday just because I don't think I've never been to a 4-belt unification fight. I've never been to one, you know, and I was just really interested in like, maybe it'll be a Saturday morning decision, but more than likely no. But and next week is Devin Haney. I still don't know what I'm gonna do, DB. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Stay here or go to Devin Haney's fight because the Russells will be in town. But we in for this week kicks it off. You know, this was a really good card. Saturday, I mean, we can't ask for nothing better at 122. Devin Haney, May 29th, and then we got Floyd, June 6th. so that shit should be good. You know what I'm saying? So that shit should be good. And Tyson Fury just announced today that August 14th, as you can see, he's dipping and sparring. I saw the video, like he dipping. Is he dipping? I know my college teammates used to dip because that's the only legal drug that they could use. Oh yeah, Herd June 6th. I'm definitely gonna watch Herd. I'm glad you said that. Thank you, Elda, because I prayed. You want to know something funny? I prayed for Tony Harrison and Jared Hurd today. Was it yesterday or today? It was one of these days. And no, it was today because Jared Hurd posted it today at about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So it was today. He posted that he was fighting. And I just had a silent prayer for them because it was today because I was upstairs. It was about 3 o'clock. I know exactly when it was. And how we forget that they're human. You know, they're going through some extreme changes in their lives, you know, and it's and I don't care how great you are, Jared Hurd. I don't care how great you are, but when you lose a father figure, and we've only seen Jared Hurd with this father, we've only seen Tony Harrison with this father. And I think we lose sight of that, no matter how statuous and how great they are and how gargantuan they are. We forget. I know we lose sight because I was thinking about when Jared Hurd posted that. I was thinking about like how Tony Harrison kind of just coasted through that fight. He didn't really change gears in that fight, and I think that had a lot. Obviously, had a lot to do with him going into the ring without his father for the first time. And this is Jared Hurd going to the ring without his father for the first time. So um I it's interesting. You understand what I'm saying? It's interesting. And we lose sight of the fact that they're human. And um I just had that thought today because yeah, he's about 3 weeks away. And I'm excited for Jared Hurd because I think we really could see like when Jared Hurd lost the belts, when Jared Hurd lost the belt, you can see like his invincibility go away too, you know. And I saw him start to get his swag back this year, and I was real happy for the kid. He's a very mannerable. Jared Hurd is like the quintess. I say this respectfully. He is the quintessential cul-de-sac kid. You know what I mean? Very, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Very admirable, respectful. He says yes, he says no, you know. He asserts himself when he needs to. He's not overly assertive, you know what I'm saying? He's like a cul-de-sac kid, And you know, and I wish him well. I genuinely wish him well. So um you talking about Adonis? No, I saw Adonis. Oh my God. Oh, we got a lot to talk about before we get into what we're gonna talk about. God damn. Yo, I couldn't stop crying yesterday, dog. Oh my gosh. Fuck. Oh my gosh. Damn. Man, you mentioned Tim Duncan. God damn, man. Man, the strength of that woman not to break down when she was talking about Kobe. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. Kobe's in the Hall of Fame. Kobe's definitely in the Hall of Fame. And that was very admirable of Michael Jordan to go up there with his wife. Yeah, it was beautiful. My favorite line was when she said, "If I had to live my life a million times, I would still choose you." I thought that was beautiful. Uh, yeah, man. Kobe's that nigga, man. Kobe's that nigga. I talk about him every day. You know what's funny? How you talk about him every day. I was talking about him today because he has a mural on like 16th and Broadway. Have y'all seen that mural on 16th and Broadway? It takes up a whole block and it wraps around. Yeah, man. It's yeah, Kobe special, man. Kobe special, man. And yeah, gone too soon. Um I don't know how she held it together. He's in your living room, right? Dude, I don't know how. I don't know how she held it together. Man, bless that woman, man. God bless that woman. On Rodeo, I haven't seen the one on Rodeo and La Brea. That light takes forever. That's why I don't go there. Alex Carrillo, I don't go that. That man, you be backed up all. Nah, I don't go that way, but I'll get there one way or another. It's definitely in my wheelhouse. Um, yeah, man. Tim Duncan made it to the Hall of Fame. I didn't know he lost his mother at 14. How did I not know that a part of his story? He lost his mother at 14 and gave up on swimming. I knew he was a swimmer. I did know that. And uh uh and started playing basketball, you know. And and the rest is, as they say, history. Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett was my favorite, like, emotional player. Like, how you commit to something. Kobe had that. Kevin Garnett had that. Allen Iverson had that. Like Latrell Sprewell, those type of guys who just played hard. We both played hard. Like Rasheed Wallace. Like kind of like that Ben Wallace type of thing where you're gonna get the best of them. Uh, yeah, Kevin Garnett. I expected more. I was excited to hear his speech. I was like, it was cool, but not what I expected. I expect him to get up there, be loud, be braggadocious, but he's you know, he's older now. I did like the panel. I didn't watch it. I just watched the segments that they had on YouTube. So I don't know. I may have missed some things too. They when Charles Barkley, Ernie, and Charles and Shaq, I think they got on and spoke about their show. I thought that was beautiful. That was fun. That was fun. You know, it's this is why it's so important to be interviewed. It humanizes you because I have a hot and cold relationship with Charles Barkley. Uh, sometimes I be like I disagree with him. Sometimes I agree with him. But when Lisa Salters, 96 and 84, the two best draft classes of my lifetime. Of my lifetime. Feel free to debate them, but it's hard to go against Hakeem, Michael. Shit. Who else is in that class? Sam Perkins is in that draft class. Whew, that draft class 84 is something special. 96 has Steve Nash and all that. But let me tell you something about Lisa Salters. I used to see her a lot when I went to a lot of college basketball games and stuff, and she and they would do John Stockton. They would do the Michael Jordan, Barkley. Yeah, she would do the ESPN games. You talk about a you talk about a oh, 03. Nah, it was top heavy. 03 is Carmelo, the kid that went to Detroit, and LeBron James. You know, but yeah, I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Damn. Oh, Lisa Salters. Man, Chris Bosh. Yeah, he was like the fifth pick or something like that. Yeah. All Star Weekend was out here or something. Wade Bosh. Yeah. Um, I was with. Was it Chris Bosh? Yeah, Chris Bosh. He was a skinny kid. Yeah, that's why. Thank you, Jay Dixon. Man, she thick in all the right places, dog. That's all I'm going. Lisa Salters is, and you talk about and she speaks very firmly and gracefully at the same time. Like, oh, Lisa Salters is, man, no lie. I haven't seen her in person in probably 10 years, 9 years. But Lisa Salters, my man, because that's when I was training like Romeo and DeMar DeRozan, and I was training Taj Gibson. So I was at USC a lot, and in the summertime I would train a lot of pros up there, and like Rudy Gay and Russell West. I had a lot of pros up there, and Lisa Salters. That's when they were doing. She was up there a lot, coincidentally, when they was doing that investigation on USC. Now it's coming back to me, So she was up there a lot, and when they had OJ Mayo was there. But Lisa Salters, God, true man. That's how they built down in Texas, huh? Where's Lisa Salters from? Before we get into, because I know we ain't coming back from there. Where is Lisa Salters from? Because my God, she got to be from North Carolina. She got to be from North Carolina. Where is she from? Let's see where is she from. Childhood, personal life. Hey, Pennsylvania. She went to Penn State. Never would have guessed. Wait a minute. She went to Upper Marion, and Kobe went to Lower Marion. How crazy is that? I didn't know that. Huh? She from PA? Man, she got a Southern girls vibe. You know what I mean? Pam Oliver. Man, Pam Oliver got to. Can we just have a? Can I say that without being disrespectful? Pam Oliver got to start loving herself a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like every time I see Pam Oliver S. Dot, I think like, is she confident enough? Like, man, she got that Mary J. Blige in her. You know what I mean? We'll never know what she really, really looks like. You know what I mean? So stop sleeping on PA. No, I'm just saying, I've only said hi to her. I've never had a conversation with Lisa Salters, but man, sheesh, man, Lisa Salters is the truth. That's all. Lisa Salters is the truth. And but I think that's where we're at. Where else we're at? By the way, we probably can talk about this tomorrow. Okay. But Carrie Champion, I'm gonna try and get her on. I didn't know she was from Pasadena. Yeah, she's from Pasadena, and I saw her on the Breakfast Club. I mentioned that the other day. I saw her on the Breakfast Club. Yeah, Pam Oliver wears her wigs, man. Stop it. I mean, stop with the wig. It's just too much for me, you know. But what was I gonna say? Carrie Champion. She turned down an ESPN gig. She turned down the ESPN gig and bet on herself. And now she's doing her own podcast with her and Jamel. What's her name? Jamel Hill. They're doing a podcast together. And they get picked up on simulcast and all that. You know what I mean? I know me and Carrie Champion got mutual friends. I know we do. I just got to figure out who. She went to UCLA and she didn't play sports. She was a journalist. She was. I don't know the full story, but I saw it on a Breakfast Club where she said ESPN, it wasn't really like the best situation for her, and yeah, Carrie Champion is, and I left my water. Carrie Champion is a beautiful woman. You know what I mean? Carrie Champion trash. Okay, I mean that's fine. We all don't have. Yeah. She likes, so she, I mean she gonna be 6'5", 6'5". Oh, you take Jacina. All of them beautiful, man. All of them beautiful. Yeah, I like. So I saw the interview on the Breakfast Club, and I want to try and get her on the show. I know somebody that knows her. The Stephen A. runner, and go watch that Breakfast Club interview. I've been had the new chair. This is what I've had this for almost Almost 8 months now. Asia Math. Asia Math gave us this. Uh yeah, man. Carrie Champion, beautiful dog. She beautiful, man. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. She beautiful. And she poised too. She poised. Yeah, they do. I mean, Stephen A. Smith talks with a tongue. You know, that's another reason why I want to go to a fight, because I know Stephen A. Smith will come on this show once a year. I know I can get him to come on once or twice a year. I just got to run into him. I should have got his phone number. That's what I should have did. Because Stephen A. Smith always finds me in the crowd. Be like, "What's up, man? What's up?" You know, I think he watched the show a couple of times after I interviewed him the first time, like 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. Oh, it's been a long time, longer than that. About 5 years ago. You know, I think he watched the show because it went viral, got like 1 million views or something like that, So, but yeah, nah, it's not even close. It's not even close. David West, man, David West is he's in a class that doesn't make the Hall of Fame, but they're right under it. Melo, D Wade, Chris Bosh, Mo Will. Yeah, he was bad. And Dave West. Yeah. Nah, it's definitely not better than. I mean, who's better than? It's only one player that's better than. Is Dwayne Wade better than Charles Barkley? Is Dwayne Wade better than Charles Barkley? Some of y'all too young to realize how great Charles Barkley was. He was 6'5". He was 6'5" and could do everything Charles. I mean, could do literally not as good. I'm saying not as good. Definitely not as good. But he could do everything from the power forward position that LeBron James could do. LeBron James was obviously better, but Charles Barkley was a monster, dog. Whew. I know y'all, because I mean, basketball is definitely more guard oriented. You think Dwayne Wade is better than Charles Barkley? Prime for prime? Whew. I did see what D Wade did to the Dallas Mavericks, though. With him and Lamar Odom and Shaq. Was that Shaq and Lamar Odom? I did see that. I don't know. Dude, I think Barkley was a problem, man. He could run the floor. Yeah, he was the MVP, and it was only one player better than him. And sadly enough, he ran into him in the NBA Finals. His name was Michael Jordan. I'll take Barkley over D Wade. Obviously, no one's better than Michael Jordan. Sam Perkins. Who's better? Here's a great comparison. Who's better, Chris Bosh or Sam Perkins? Barkley could do everything on the court. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, you got to go up. Who? Okay, here's a better one. A lot of young niggas didn't know how great Sam Perkins was. But for my older niggas, for all y'all borderline gray niggas, Sam Perkins, Chris Bosh. Who you taking? Yeah, that's a tough call, man. Bosh was a little bit more freakish athletically. But Sam Perkins, see, a lot of young niggas only remember Sam Perkins when he just started shooting threes at the end of his career. But Sam Perkins, I mean, he was a double-double machine. You know, with Seattle, he was with the Lakers. And then he went to Indiana. He ended his career with the Indiana. And he definitely had a great year, great career at North Carolina. And he had long arms, you know what I mean? Anyways, man, what's up, Rod? Wade, 2-time as finals MVP. He was 2-time finals MVP, scoring champ 3 times, 10-time NBA All-Star. I mean, but it's watered down, so it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different. I think in the 80s, keep in mind, you know who guarded Charles Barkley? Dennis Rodman, Otis Thorpe, Kevin Willis, let's see, Sean Kemp, Charles Oakley, Charles Smith. These are the dudes that guarded Charles Barkley every night. Man, y'all niggas got. I mean, y'all see y'all didn't watch the games every day, so it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit. Mailman had a Mailman was in a system for 18 years, 17 years. He was a great player though. Just in a small market, was a great player. And that's the power of repetition. Not Charles Barkley, Karl Malone and John Stockton, Xavier McDaniel, out of Wichita State, is the success of repetition. The success of repetition. How if you keep on doing things and you keep on doing things, you can become great at it. You know, because Karl Malone only scored from 3 areas on the court: the baseline, that elbow, and that pump fake to the rim, and the free throws. He only scored from two spots on the court mostly. You know, so that's where we're at. Man, we ain't about to go. Man, why did I start this conversation? Because it's Malcolm X. This is Malcolm X birthday week, man, and I was like, man. And you guys know I've been doing a hell of a lot of research. I got 4 films lined up. I got 1 ready to roll. Second one is in pre-production already. So today, and I know DB is obviously gonna take the other side of this. And I was like, man, we're gonna have some fun with this one because we got polarizing views on this. And why this was so fascinating to me, Malik, 96. Hey, I see we about to stop this right now. Stop it right now. We ain't about to talk no more basketball. 96 AI, Kobe, Nash, Marbury, Ray Allen, Jermaine O'Neal, all gonna be Hall of Famers. Marbury's gonna be an international Hall of Famer, but if Sarbonis, wait, hold up. If Sarbonis Sabonis is an NBA Hall of Famer, shouldn't Stephon Marbury be an NBA Hall of Famer? You understand what I'm saying? So, anyhow, we're gonna done talking because basketball is my first love. I don't know if y'all know that over boxing. So, as I was doing my research, right, and I know there's younger people in our conversation, right? So I was like, I wanted to attach Khalid Muhammad to it because the younger people know who Khalid Muhammad is, but a lot of people many people who just know Malcolm X by any means necessary, and a handful of speeches online, and just kind of like a surface research as it pertains to Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X. So as I was reading, I realized that there's some symmetry. There's some symmetry there. And the symmetry is that when hey, what's up?
Hey, man, you start switching reels real quick. I was just saying,
go ahead.
Sabonis is in the Hall of Fame because of his international stats, not just what he did in the NBA. So when you take an American player, it's all about what they did in the NBA because they didn't come from nowhere else. So when Sabonis was overseas, he was killing dudes before he came into, before he came across seas.
So Andrew Gaze is in the Hall of Fame?
Say it again.
Remember Andrew Gaze?
Yeah.
He played at Seton Hall. I think he won the championship with Seton Hall with Terry DeHare and all that.
Yeah. Like in 90.
Yeah. Because
but also too, you're talking about Mailman. You discredited Melman. I can't stand Karl Malone. Like, he's a terrible human being in my estimation. But you can't discredit Karl Malone and say that he was a part of a system. Listen, Michael Jordan was a part of the system. He was a part of the triangle offense. Before that triangle offense was in place, he didn't win no championships. So if you take one person, you what's good for the goose has to be good for the gander.
Mm-hmm.
If he's in a system, so is Michael Jordan. So if you take credit away from the douchebag Karl Malone, you would also have to take credit away from MJ.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
That's fair. The only thing that I would say is that the triangle wasn't it was space oriented. It wasn't like the triangle can be set from any spot on the court. So once they make a pass, they go into the triangle, and you could be on any position, not any position, but any spot. I thought Karl Malone was a lot of his work was on the left side of the court. You know, the screen and roll, dump down. So that's what I was saying. So, but I get what you're saying, though. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
And listen, we got to credit him for being able to pick those 4 to 5 spots on the floor and be able to. And guess what? The places that he couldn't make shots, he made sure he got in a position where he was able to get fouled, and he got to the free throw line. I think he's either 1, 2, or 3 all time. I know at some point he was number 1 all time in free throw attempts and makes, because he found a way to put himself in position. You know what I mean? And also, let me get this last one out real quick. You said Charles Barkley, D Wade. That's tough to tell because you know, in Charles, the beginning of Charles's career, wasn't he on the team with Mo Cheeks and Moses Malone and
Julius,
right.
Andrew Toney, Moses Malone. Yeah, they had a Bobby Jones.
Right.
It was that was a stacked team. Mm-hmm.
And he didn't win anything, right? And then later on in his career, he moved to he left Phoenix and he went to, was it Houston, right?
Yeah.
And wasn't he there with was it Elijah Wan and Clyde Drexler? Is that
the old three?
Right, and he also didn't win anything. When D Wade got with LeBron and Chris Bosh, he made the best of his situation and he won something. So yeah, I would have to put D Wade, even though Charles Barkley was a monster and he did crazy things for a guy his size. To be able to move up and down the court that way, he was good offensively, defensively. You know, he shot threes for a big dude. He was able to get rebounds around mound. He did some great numbers. But I think I don't know. It's just tough to tell because he was in a more physical league, and D Wade was in more of a run and gun type of league. So they both had successes, but that's a tough argument right there. I wouldn't know. I would probably. Let me just ask you this. So where does D Wade stand in terms of 2 guards all time?
You got to be behind Jordan, Kobe, Clyde Drexler, Mitch Richmond. This is just off the top of my head. 2 guards. Help me out, y'all. Oh, man. He's definitely top 10. Definitely top of my era. I'm not going back to... Mitch Richmond was better than D Wade. By far. Y'all just know him from the Wizards. But when he was with Seattle, Sacramento? Sheesh. You don't think Clyde wasn't better? Man, see, y'all too young. Is T-Mac? T-Mac is a 3, huh?
Well, I know I've heard a lot of people, pros and stuff like that, say that Clyde would have been the best guy if Mike didn't, you know, if Mike wasn't there. So, I mean, that's saying a lot. But to put D Wade behind Clyde, how many ships did Clyde win?
1 with Hakeem.
Okay, and when Mitch Richmond was a hell of a shooter, but outside of shooting the ball, was he able to create plays? Was he great with ISO ball?
He was the leading scorer in the NBA.
No. I'm saying,
top 2 or 3 every year for like 6 years.
Okay.
Let me.
Also, what about defensively though? You think he's
Better
than
than D-Wade on
defensive end?
Well, I mean, D-Wade comes from a high fly era, so his athleticism was different than Mitch Richmond, but I think Mitch Richmond was better.
So you say D-Wade would be where?
He averaged 21 points a game for his career. Yeah, he was a monster, man. Dude, his lowest in his God damn. In his last season of playing, he averaged 16 points a game, dog. Sheesh. Sheesh. That kid was a beast, one. His rookie year, he averaged 22 points a game with Golden State.
So you put it, where do you put D-Wade? I'm still trying to get the answer.
I mean, it's definitely debatable. I'm not saying it's an absolute. I'm not basing it off an NBA championship. I'm just basing it off of just personal ability.
Yeah, just overall, where would you rank D-Wade two guards all time?
Mike, so Kobe.
Obviously,
Mike,
Kobe, Mike.
Either way. However you. This is my list, man. This ain't your list.
Yeah. I just make sure we're saying it right. But Kobe, Mike, okay.
I gotta go with Clyde, man. Clyde was a monster, dog. Clyde was an absolute physical freak. Maybe y'all didn't like the way he shoot because he jumped on 2 legs and he cock it back a little bit further than normal, but man, man.
So is Clyde better than Reggie Miller?
Hell yeah. Reggie Miller's a second tier. He's Hall of Fame though. He's just second tier.
No, he ain't second tier, but yeah, okay. But he definitely ain't second tier.
He's like the third wave. He's like top 20.
Okay. Okay.
Joe,
would you take Ray Allen over Mitch Richmond or Mitch Richmond over Ray Allen?
See, Mitch Richmond was better than Ray Allen, but in terms of the ability to do more on the wing, like how you like it done, people may choose Ray Allen. Man, y'all niggas too young, man. Y'all too young. Mitch Richmond, dude, his last season in the NBA, he averaged 16 points a game. Y'all niggas are missing the boat, man. Mitch Rich.
Right. One more player, and Kevin Adams has said it. Joe Dumars.
Joe Dumars is up there with Reggie Miller. We'll never know because they had a complete team concept. They had.
Listen, I understand. I'm just saying, but you said that Reggie Miller is second tier, so Joe Dumars is second tier.
Yeah,
correct?
he's over there with Joe Dumars. I mean, Joe Dumars is over there with Reggie Miller.
Okay, all right. So now to finish the answer, where does Charles Barkley rank among power forwards all time?
Oh man,
Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Kevin Garnett.
Tim Duncan is number 1. I'm just talking about like my era, like 85 on up. Okay, Tim Duncan,
Kevin McHale.
He's up there. He's definitely good. I think Kevin Garnett was better than Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale is in that 5 somewhere. Is Hakeem Olajuwon a center or a power forward? Because he was only 6'10". He's
a center.
But he didn't play center with Ralph Sampson. He was the power forward.
Okay. I don't know. People in the chat, who is Hakeem Olajuwon, a center or a power forward? I say he's a center.
But how many years did he play power forward though? Because I start see when he got to the NBA.
Okay, everybody's saying it. There you go.
Because they so young. That's why they young. They don't know the first half of his career.
Mark Wonderlick ain't young. Mark Wonderlick grown. He said he a 5. T. Bell said a center. JQ said a center.
Okay. Well, yeah, it says center in his bio, but up until like 1990, the first 6 years of his career, he played power forward with Ralph Sampson. So that's what I'm saying. They were called the Twin Towers. So
Yeah, that's like calling Michael Jordan a point guard because he brought the ball up court a whole lot.
Okay,
of time.
center.
Okay.
Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett. Wow, the top two went in the same year. Let me name them first because you got Dennis Rodman, you got Dennis Rodman, Kevin McHale, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, you got Dirk. Whew, that's a badass position. Whew, wee. Damn. See, you could put Karl Malone over Kevin Garnett. Shit. If you want results, shit. I mean, man, I know we all know Tim Duncan's number one. Oh man, Barkley in there somewhere, man. But I got to think about this.
No, I'm just making it. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make the comparison to D Wade and Charles Barkley. So,
no, but you got to take into account it's different positions, though.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to do the X's and O's and process of elimination. So if Charles Barkley is, ranked number 9 in power forwards and D Wade ranked number 3, I mean that.
No, because it's different positions.
I understand.
And then you got throwing C Webb. I mean, the thing C Webb did from the high post.
Yeah.
Man, you can't even. Man, you wouldn't even dream about that. Man. Rasheed Wallace is second tier. Bernard King, is that a power forward? Oh man, it's all fucked up now. If Bernard, but that's before 80. I think
Bernard is a 3.
Bernard is a 3? Okay, thank God, because I didn't want to have that conversation.
One of the greatest scorers. I definitely. I don't think you put him in a list of like just the greatest overall, but definitely one of the greatest scorers.
Come on, man. Bernard, man, sheesh. You better put some respect on. You got to put some respect on. And then you got throwing Derek. Oh my God, man, Derek Coleman. Derek Coleman.
Yeah, but his reign was short on top like leprechauns.
It was short, but it was. He had a man. Barkley's in there somewhere. He's top 6.
Right. Moses Malone was a power forward. That's right.
He was?
Yeah.
Who was the center?
Ralph Sampson.
They played with Houston. He was on the Houston Rockets with him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
PGA said Wade over Barkley.
No, because no. Ralph Sampson was on the same team with Hakeem Olajuwon when Ralph Sampson tipped it in to beat the Lakers in 84, 85, 86, something like that. He tipped it in, and they beat the Lakers. So I know Moses Malone played with the Rockets for a little bit.
Oh, Ahmad King. I forgot about Vin Baker.
Nah, Vin Baker. Nah.
Oh, look, Dominique. Dang,
that's a small forward. That's small forward.
Dominique, a small forward?
Yeah, definitely small forward.
I'm tripping. Jay Dixon said Sean Kemp. Add Sean Kemp to the list. Yeah.
Sean Kemp is second tier. It was small. It was real short.
As Dot said, Chocolate Thunder. Was that Daryl Dawkins, ain't it?
Yeah, Daryl Dawkins. Was a
Rashid.
Second tier. Second tier.
Second tier. Okay, yeah, they said Nick a small forward.
Vince Carter's
Kwame Brown.
Yeah. Sean Kemp first tier. I mean, for 3 years. I mean, he went to Cleveland and stunk it up.
Yeah, like in his prime, like his highlights are great, and he had a nice little 5-year reign. But yeah, that don't count because these other dudes are or a decade at least of great. Okay, all right.
Paul Gasol. Oh shit.
Wow. Oh my God. Yeah.
Dog. Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol. Oh, thank you, L. Man, fuck. You might as well. We can't have this conversation right now because this is like a 2-hour conversation. Because Paul Gasol could do everything. Everything. And he didn't get the credit because he wasn't dark skinned and he looked like he wasn't tough enough, but he was tough enough to win 2 championships. So I don't want to hear shit. He was tough enough to deal with Kobe's ego. He was tough enough to do all that. He was tough enough to befriend Kobe. Paul Gasol was a bad motherfucker. Paul Gasol, man. Nah, because Paul Gasol deserves, man. Paul Gasol, man. Sheesh. Y'all need to go watch some Paul Gasol highlights. No, y'all think he was soft. He wasn't soft. How you average a double for your career and you soft? Man, come on, man. Because he wasn't dark skinned.
Boston Truth Serum. What up, cuzzo? Look at the OG Donald Grant in the building.
Yeah, I think that Paul Gasol is definitely top 10 of this era. Easily. But he's definitely lower than 10 because who would you take, Chris Webber or Paul Gasol? Obviously, we're black. We're going to say Chris Webber, but I thought Paul Gasol was a better shooter.
No, who said obviously?
Because it's people going to consciously say,
no, I'm taking Powell.
You taking Powell over Chris Webber?
Yeah, he more cerebral. I can't have nobody calling timeouts and there's no timeouts left.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and just seeming like he get nervous. I mean, C. Webb is a better athlete, but better basketball player. I'm not sure about that.
Would you take Dirk over Paul?
Nah, I take Powell. I think Powell more.
I'll take Powell. Yeah. I'll take Powell.
Dirk is a better shooter. Like this, let's not confuse it. But yeah, I'd take Powell. Yeah, I'd take Powell. Who can handle C. Webb in the post though? No, C. Webb is Kevin. In the post, C. Webb is a monster. But yeah. Hotel Shalom said top 10 on PlayStation.
What would Dirk over Paul?
Alex Carrillo, you're right. No defense from Dirk. Yeah. And that's where I choose Powell because even though like Powell wasn't like a defensive giant, he was smart enough to know his spots on the floor on both sides of the court. Put himself.
Y'all are drunk off that LA juice if you taking Paul over Dirk. No, the NBA gave the Lakers a championship. Let's be honest.
Hello?
Yeah, game 6.
Hello?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows. It's obvious.
All right.
It is. Let's call it a spade. Even though they lost game 7, but game 6 was stolen from them. It's a historical fact.
I'm going, man. I'm going on that note. I'm listening.
All right, peace. Man, y'all niggas. Man, let me tell you, Horace Grant, though. Horace Grant is like 4th tier. Him and Charles Oakley are in that realm together. They might be like their team, when they team go in the Hall of Fame, they'll go into the Hall. I say that respectfully. All right, I don't mean that disrespectfully, but you can't win a championship without Horace Grant or Charles Barkley. Even though Charles Oakley never won a championship, if I'm not mistaken. What's up, Triple OG? But yeah, man, I would take Paul over. I'm not sure if I would take him over Chris Webber. It depends on the day of the week, you know. It all depends on my point guard. It honestly depends on the makeup of the team. but I would definitely choose him over Dirk Nowitzki. Y'all younger, so y'all younger, so y'all got um, a lot of love for Dirk over Powell. But Powell, y'all niggas missed a hell of a player. Powell could come back and play right now and give you 6 points and 6 rebounds. I think. Fred, you got to do an IG pose and perfect starting five. Larry Nance Sr., we caught the tail end of his career. Yeah. All right, we got 6 more minutes. Then we're going to jump into the topic. All right. Yeah, Kendall Gill came in and said Larry Johnson was the best player he ever played with, and he played with Sean Kemp up there. So Dirk in his prime was the best player. You could be the best player in the NBA. So was Powell. Powell was the best power forward, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years. You know, Hot Rod Williams. That was a hell of a team they had. You know, but they will. That team will forever be remembered for. Bulls win. Bulls win. So that's what Cleveland Cavaliers is known for. No one split the high screen and roll better than Mark Price, and that pull-up game was special, man. Actually, Mark Price started. Y'all not gonna believe this one. Mark Price started. I'm gonna say this. Y'all not gonna ever know this. Mark Price started the point guard factory at Georgia Tech. Y'all never would have thought, right? Y'all would think it would have been a black guard. Nah, it was Mark Price. Yep, Mark Price, and then all of them started coming. You know, so Travis Best, Kenny Anderson against Duke, and it was a few other ones that I'm missing, but yeah. Mark Price was the shit. Yeah. It's sad we don't talk about him off, but he's definitely a Hall of Famer. Mark Price is definitely a Hall of Famer for sure. Yeah, he played in a small market. Jared Jack. Yeah, he started point guard U at Georgia Tech. Hey, Mark Price probably was John Sally's teammate. Huh. We got to get John Sally back on the show. Stephon, yeah, that's the one I was missing. Stephon Marbury. Yeah, Stephon Marbury. And Terrell Brandon he got injured, right? He got injured. He would have been a max player, but got injured. Shit, he was a bad kid. Steve Nash, top 10 point guard. I mean, I think that was around the time where they couldn't give Kobe the MVP because he had some stuff off the court. You know what I mean? So I don't know. He didn't deserve that second one. I tell you that fucking much. That was definitely Kobe's. Kevin Johnson. Where did Kevin Johnson go to school? Kevin Johnson went to Cal, if I'm not mistaken. They did. Okay. John Salim and Mark Price played together at Cal. Will Bynum. Yeah. Will Bynum never really panned out. John Starks. Oh, man. John Starks, man. Man, don't say that. John Starks let me down, man. John Starks let me down. That was the game. That was the game OJ started to go crazy, right? That nigga John Starks couldn't hit a. John Starks, man. John Starks let me down, man. Alex English is an all-time great. He's like the third tier of power forwards, right? But he's definitely a Hall of Famer. He's in there. Alex English is in there with Derek Coleman and all those other guys. But Alex English was a hell of a scorer. I caught the tail end of his career at Denver. Alonzo Mourning. Yeah, Alonzo Mourning goes in there with like Alex English. See, Alonzo Mourning plays center, but he definitely would have been a great power forward. Yeah. I remember that story when Kendall Gill said he was having some contract issues. He came in and shot every shot as a rookie. Alonzo Mourning. That's the year he made the game-winning shot from the top of the key to beat the Boston Celtics. I remember that. Lloyd Vault, man. Mr. Clipper, Lloyd Vault. Lloyd Vault, man. Yeah, man. All right, man. We good on basketball now. We good on basketball. Let's get to the topic at hand, man. So, what I was so as you guys know, like the past like 4 or 5 months, I've been like knee deep in the research, right? I've been spending like like an insane amount of time, right? As it pertains to the Nation of Islam and Malcolm X and his relationship with Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam and I believe this not a matter of fact of I believe uh well, let's just stick to the topic. I don't want because then we gonna vary off into. So I see a connection. Oh, I see similarities, not a connection. I see similarities between Elijah Muhammad's relationship and Malcolm X's relationship. And in that relationship, Louis Farrakhan, who was a quote unquote student or mentee of Malcolm X, and obviously you guys know the story. No, I'm not going to assume you guys know the story. Louis Farrakhan and Malcolm X had a conversation about Elijah Muhammad's kids and women, etc. Right, and how the story goes is how Louis Farrakhan tells the story. He says, "Well, let me go home and send the letter." And Malcolm calls him, says, "No, let me send the letter." And the letter goes to Chicago, right? And in that, Louis Farrakhan chooses to side with Elijah Muhammad and leaving Malcolm X now as well, they end up becoming enemies of Louis Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad. Now, fast forward to 1990 shit. 1994? Was it 1993? It was 1993, I believe. 1993 at King College. Is that was it? Was November. It was November of 93. Oh man, imagine a time machine. You know what I mean? And so fast forward to 94. He was suspended because Louis Farrakhan got pressure from the Senate and the Black Caucus, right? The Black Caucus put a lot of pressure on Louis Farrakhan to denounce and or suspend and or acknowledge about the comments that he made about Jews as it pertains to his speech at King's College, right? And my understanding of that is how I see that is why would, because how I see it, and the phone lines are open, so feel free to call in and chime in. How I see it is if you're a nation, right? Why would you adhere to what the Senate and the Black Caucus say if you're a nation? Because a nation is self-sufficient to its nation. So I never grasped the understanding. I've never understood this. And I think I've read so many times. I've never understood why Khalid Muhammad was suspended. I've never understood that. And for saying what he said. And I would play it, but I don't want to play it because you know how YouTube acts. But fast forward to 1994. Now we know, and this is what I believe. All right. Louis Farrakhan suspended. I believe he succumbed to the pressures of the Senate and the Black Caucus because the following year was the Million Man March. And the Million Man March was the day before my birthday. So I remember that October. Yeah. So the point I'm making is that Khalid Muhammad reached out, wrote letters. He said he called them multiple times. He called them in the morning multiple times because Khalid Muhammad said that he knew. You want to call in the beam? Let me finish this for a second. Let me finish this. Because he knew, based off of what happened with Malcolm and Elijah, right, that that he had to talk to him himself, and that himself being Louis Farrakhan. And Farrakhan, he said Farrakhan would promise a meeting, would set up meetings, and never show up. He would then go to see him speak, and he wouldn't show up. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I see similar characteristics between the relationship with Khalid Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan and Malcolm X. I see like jealousy, like inferiority complexes, the inability to articulate. Because if you have a really strong relationship, I think there needs to be like conversations. I think it needs to be, I don't know how long it would take, but I genuinely believe that the conversation needs to be had. And I think when I see it, the centerpiece is Louis Farrakhan, and my understanding is that Khalid Muhammad humbled himself and stripped all his pride away, and Louis Farrakhan ignored him. And I think Malcolm X did the same thing when he invited him to his house and had that conversation as it pertains to Louis Farrakhan and Malcolm X. And the reason why these conversations are so important with y'all sensitive ass niggas in the chat is because men were killed. Men was almost assassinated because of this. And this is our history. And this is the reason why we don't heal, because we hide these conversations with people. We don't talk about these conversations because there's no way in hell. Well, I'm not gonna get on that tangent. I'm just gonna go with the facts. Louis Farrakhan was invited to Malcolm X's house, right? And they had a conversation. As Louis Farrakhan said, Miss Betty brought some bean soup and they had a conversation. And they disagreed. But history says that Betty really, really never trusted Louis Farrakhan. Like he betrayed that relationship. But anyways, go ahead, D, because I'm gonna expound on this more. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's good, man?
Hey, what's up?
Salute to DB and everyone in the chat. I seen the post on IG today. If I don't know if you seen my response to that. Did you?
I didn't. No, go ahead.
Well,
I didn't read it.
And again, right.
I just probably just hearted it. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. My mother, I talk about her often, and I talk about how she was speaking well beyond her time on this earth. And even after she passed away, every year and every day of my life, every word that she spoke to me was being revealed day by day, year by year. And it's like she was looking through the future. But what she taught me was, and I told you about the gay preacher, and I came home and I told her about it, and I was uncomfortable with him being a homosexual preacher. But she said, did he teach you what you needed to know? Was he bringing the word the way it's supposed to? I said, oh, I said, Ma, he was on fire. She said, that is what you go for. You go and you get the word of God. Now, his personal life, that's between him and God. So I said to you today, in response to the video she was putting up, because it seemed to me that it was very venomous. And again, and I say this to us, brothers and sisters, listen, we do not get before the enemy and air out our dirty laundry. That has always been a no-no in our community. If we want to have these conversations, I'm very sure you got contact where you can call the minister and he will invite you to have a sit down. And y'all can talk as much as you want to talk. But when we are sitting before the slave owners' children who owned our ancestors and to some extent own us today, and we get before him and we have these conversations, quote unquote, have to be had. No man can come and sweep, air out what's going on in my home without sweeping up under your door. No man is exempt from flaws, sin. If we open the closet of each and every one of us, it will be some things that we wouldn't even want people to know. But we want to air out our differences about our brothers, our sisters before the world, when no other group is doing this with their people. Why is it that we have to be pressed upon to air out our differences before the world? I find that very strange. I'm brokenhearted about it. I think it needs to be, if there's a conversation like this to be had. And I love the minister. I always loved it. I was raised up listening to the minister on little cassette tapes. It blew my mind when I first heard him speak, but I had never heard anything like that. Now, as I've gotten older, a lot of things I do not agree with. We can have disagreements, but I still love the minister. I still see him as a father to our nation. Have challenged the status quo, have challenged every government that he can challenge when it came to the people of God on this earth, not just in America, but across the globe. But when one of us can step in this man's shoes, you understand what I'm saying? The depth.
I don't. I disagree 100% what you're saying.
It's cool, brother. It's cool. But just let me have my say. And I love it. And what I'm saying, brother, we have to be more thoughtful. And when it came to the minister and Brother Malcolm, that didn't mean that him and Malcolm was enemies to each other. They just had differences. And he just was critical.
No, you got to do that. No, you're just, because you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong, Deke. You're wrong. You're 100% wrong. Have you read the articles that Farrakhan wrote about him in a public newspaper? Have you heard he said he didn't make those comments privately. He made these comments publicly so the world can hear. And I'm supposed to, and we're supposed to just swallow and just forgive about it. If a gang member says it, you say, oh shit, he needs to go to jail. He can't do this to my brother. He can't do this to my sister. But because you have reverence for a man, if you have reverence for a man that's above another man, you have a God complex. I don't go around my life saying, oh, well, he's a great man. He has money. He's a great man. He plays basketball. She's a great woman. She's a great cook. So no, it don't work that way in the real world. It don't work that way because at the end of the day, he's human. And for him to say this publicly before the world, and I got to sit here and just take it, get the fuck out of here. That makes no sense. That makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. It don't make sense at all. He didn't. This is not a private letter that we found. This is public. This is very public. At the end, this is all. And I think it's wrong that we sit on our hands because people have titles, because he inspired me one day. If a nigga is wrong, a nigga is wrong. And that's at the end of the day. I don't care if you a leader of a mega church, the Nation of Islam, leader of whoever. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You can't encourage murder. What man is above that? What man is above encouraging murder? Explain that to me.
Let me know when I can respond. I will gladly respond.
Go ahead.
Because, brother, I value your opinion. I don't want to talk with you at the same time because we can sing together.
You're wasting time.
Together.
It's a lot of people that want to call in. The phone lines is blowing up. Go ahead. Say what you go ahead.
Okay. The brother minister, yes, he's a public figure. Right? He was getting called on various platforms. But when he began to open up and not make a fool of himself, he's attacked. He's shunned. No one wants him on their platform. He's a Jew hater. He's a this hater. He's a that hater. But I have yet to hear one conversation where these things are true. So when you say, brother, this is our history, and then you said you almost talk that like Farrakhan victimized you.
No, it's not. No, it's about the truth.
That is your tone, brother.
No, fuck tone. It's about truth. I can talk as passionate, as emotional as I want. You know what I mean?
No, but you say I in a lot of this stuff.
I'm always going to use I. No, I'm always going to use I. I'm always going to use I because I'm only an expert on myself.
Well, listen, brother. I know I was not going to be able to come on here and change your mind. That's not what I came to do. I just came to speak my piece.
Okay.
And I know this. And to be obedient to God, we want to do the right thing. We're not perfect. And there's no man is exempt from sin. There are skeletons in every closet.
Everyone always goes to that speech. Everyone always goes to that speech, man. How many times we gonna hear that? We always go to that speech. Oh, no one's perfect. If a man does it publicly, if a man does something public, we got to take it. No, man. No.
We got to take what? Because I don't feel no damage done to me by one thing that the minister did. The minister didn't pull the trigger and kill nobody.
Well, 5 Nation of Islam members did.
He didn't tell them folks to go kill this man. He said, no matter what the spirit, no matter how hot.
All right, we're good.
He said,
we got people calling in. You've been on for 15 minutes.
That he shouldn't have said in regards to the well-being of Malcolm.
I know.
And he apologized for that language.
Apologize, don't bring him. Okay, so
he talked. He talked to Malcolm's daughter.
It ain't allegedly. This shit is off. I only use first person accounts. This shit ain't allegedly. No, this ain't allegedly. Anyways, you want to say your final words? Because it's been 14 minutes.
Brother, I'm gonna continue to pray for you and love you, brother. And I pray that we get to a better place as Black people where we don't have so much venom for each other, where we can find room for forgiveness. Because the word says, if you can't forgive, then God says, I cannot forgive you, brother.
Appreciate it. Yep.
So you work on that, brother. Love you.
Everybody always run to that. Everybody always runs to that. Oh, where the skeletons in your closet, the skeletons in my closet. Listen, tomorrow someone's gonna be a coon. One of y'all gonna say, "Oh, that brother's a coon. He's this, he's that, he's a coon." 931, what's up?
What's up, Fred?
Hey,
It's Terry from Alabama.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Fred? Hey, Fred. All the research you've been doing recently, are you familiar with the YouTube channel, the Malcolm X channel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very. I follow it.
Okay. So you're familiar with the brother from UK who said that even though Farrakhan didn't pull the trigger, he knew about the hit.
Yeah.
That sort of turned me when I found the channel about a month ago, and it makes a lot of sense that the minister knew there was a hit coming, and he sort of aided and abetted the guys in the getaway or cover up.
Wait till y'all hear your John Ali interview. Wait till y'all, man. He said everybody knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew, and everybody wanted Malcolm dead. Wait till I drop that interview on my website. Come out. Y'all gonna be like, oh, but it's okay. Wait, it's coming. It's coming. Wait till the website is done.
Yeah, and that's why he was in Newark that particular day. I mean, I was shaking just listening to it. The timeline. He left Boston that morning, got there, and dude said, "We don't have a copy of that speech he gave in Newark that day." And I love the minister and I love the nation, but I come from the area. I'm originally from the area where Emmett Till was killed in Mississippi. So the white woman was still alive until a couple years ago, but we still wanted her head, regardless of whether she had done any good in the last 60 years. So it's the same thing here. Tonight's call is going to be more about Farrakhan and Malcolm than Farrakhan and Khalid. But I do think there's a connection because there are some situations where they said Khalid may have been, poisoned by the nation. But I mean, it's wrong is wrong, and he's 87, 88 years old. Had a birthday last week, 88 years old.
Yeah, he just had a birthday.
Yeah, so he'll never admit it like Captain Joseph did. Captain Joseph did admit that he orchestrated the bombing the week before Malcolm's assassination on the house. So Farrakhan never come clean about his involvement and how he played a part, and that he did know a hit was coming from those Newark guys. That's why he was in Newark that day, for the cover up. That's all I got, Fred.
Appreciate it.
All right.
So, John Ali was in New York. Oh my God, I got some stuff coming. John Ali was in New York when Malcolm was assassinated. Megazar, I got you when you come in. Hey, what's up, 412?
Hey, what's up, Fred? How you feel, bro?
I'm good, man. What you got?
All right, man. Fred, this topic is rough, man. This topic is rough. I feel what Deacon was saying.
Sure.
About putting this out there. But as far as the Malcolm X stuff, he apologized for that, Fred. I mean, you bringing stuff from 30 years. We all made mistakes. He messed that up.
Okay. Now let me say this. Y'all attack me for this, but every goddamn day all those Nation of Islam members are doing videos and this, but y'all say ha 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 ha. Right on. They can do videos every day. Every day they do videos and they lie. Malcolm wanted to join the nation. He didn't want to. How the fuck he want to join the nation? And they bombed his house on Valentine's Day.
Hey, listen.
So they can say it. They talk about it every day. Every single day they talk about it on some platform, or at least once a week. At least once a week, just to be safe.
And that's true. They're backing their leader. That's what they're supposed to
do.
So
what should I do? So what should I do? So I have the right. So I have the right. I have the right.
No,
just as
do whatever you want. I'm just saying. Listen. Here's my point.
Go ahead.
And you have some very valid points. But all I'm saying, man, and I told you this before, all on TV, all on YouTube, all we are doing is going back and forth on each other. And we're not building shit. We just ripping each other down all over TV, all over the internet. To the point, I work with some Africans, and that's all they see. They say, all we see on TV is Stephen A. Smith is talking about athletes. YouTube, we're talking about Farrakhan. We're talking about Kevin Samuels. We're talking about Umar. He's like, you all just always have, confusion and battling each other. And I go back and I'm like, we're not like that. But when you see it, that's all you see. And we continue to do the bullshit. We're not building, we're just ripping each other down. And that's what it feels like. So what I'm saying, we'll have the detractors that hate the nation, that hate Farrakhan or anything they've done. They're going to jump on this. Just like when we start getting on Al Heyman. People jump on it. It's the same thing. Everybody who hates the nation is going to jump on you. Farrakhan's this, Farrakhan's that. We got to, so what is the goal of this? Fred, that's all I'm saying.
Listen,
it just seems like
the
more
goal
is
no, it's not about slander. It's not about slander. It's about the truth. If they could listen, y'all missing the point. If they can get on and say, "Oh yeah, Malcolm X was a traitor," he's a traitor.
I hate that. I hate.
But that's what I'm saying. They can say it on every interview. Every interview they do it. He was a traitor. He was a hypocrite to Elijah Muhammad. Go watch their videos.
I've seen it.
So the point that's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. So if this is a debate, conversation, whatever you want to call it, why can't I have a different opinion than them? They say every time they talk, he was a traitor.
And it's disgusting. I hate that. I agree with you. I hate that. But so on your hand, you're saying you're doing the opposite? And saying,
no, I'm not doing the opposite. I'm doing what I believe to be true. No, I'm doing what I believe, the facts that I have that believe to be true. I'm not the man, listen, at the end of the day, there's 6 girls. I don't care what nobody says. An apology does not bring back the father of 6 girls.
That's a fact.
Okay. Now, so I think it's just disgusting when people say, he apologized. Yeah, he apologized. He was building a nation. Yeah, he apologized. Yeah, yeah, obviously. So the point I'm making is if his disciples go on all these platforms, every time they do an end, they go on the Breakfast Club.
Right.
Whatever else big platform they go on, y'all don't tell them to shut up. Y'all applaud them. Bravo. He was a hypocrite. He was a traitor.
Fred.
Yes.
Listen, I'm not saying, I don't agree with what they're doing. I just want to know, you're having a conversation here, but what's the end process? I just get tired of us just slamming each other all over.
Well,
every time you turn around. Yes, the nation does that bullshit because they're trying to protect their leader, who there's a lot of shadiness. One of my idols, John Henry Clark, had bad things to say about Louis Farrakhan.
The fact of the matter is, listen. There has to be checks and balances, okay?
Right.
If I'm wrong, or if you disagree, you have the right to disagree with me and call me whatever you want. You can call me a coon. You can say this. You can call me whatever you like. And it's okay to do it to me, right? What's the difference between me and another man?
Listen, Fred.
No. What's the difference between me and holding me accountable and another man?
Right. We need to hold everybody accountable. But do we have all the facts? We have, yes, we have in the papers, the the nasty, disgusting things that Farrakhan was putting out about Malcolm. He set the tone. He admitted that. That was wrong. But at that day, you know, I have some brothers who were in the nation, and they are filled, boom, this guy can do no wrong. We're backing him no matter what. I don't think any man, any reverend, any minister should be in that position. But that's what they have. What I'm saying, you could have your own opinion. I just want to know what the end goal. We're just having just a discussion, because I know how people are going to take it. They're going to.
I don't care how other. Listen, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. Listen.
What is the end goal, Fred? That's what I'm saying.
The end goal is to get the truth out there.
And you have the absolute truth? Do any of us have the absolute truth? No.
Okay, well, we have the right to. We have the right. I have the right to say what I want to say about a public incident
situation.
Yeah,
hey, I get it, Fred. Listen, man, I appreciate what you do. You give us all a voice. But I just get tired of us slandering each other.
We're not slandering shit. What? No, those are blasphemous. We're not slandering nothing. Because listen, you know why we're not slandering? Because guess what? I'm using his words. That's not slander. How about you email Farrakhan and say, why did you say that? How about you? No. Or how about you email or how about you email his disciples, all those disciples that he got on his, and say, every time you go, why is he a hypocrite? Why is he a hypocrite?
I go at him, Fred. I go. I'm in the car.
No, I'm talking that. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to everybody in the chat.
We all need to do it. But the nation's not going to stop. They put.
I don't care. I'm not.
They're going to keep doing it.
I'm not here. I'm not here.
And I just don't. I hate the slander.
It's not. Well, if you hate the slander, that slander inspired 5 Nation of Islam members to walk in the Autobahn and kill a man. That you talk about this. You're talking about slander.
So
come on, man.
Come on, man. This is going to do what? So we're going to say what? This man is 80-something years old, still running the nation. We don't know how much longer.
That's not my concern. That's not my concern. Wrong is wrong and right is right. When are we gonna be? No, man. Bill Cosby's in jail. I'm just using an example. He's 80-something years old. There's 80-year-old people in jail.
Okay. All right, Fred.
The truth is the truth.
Listen, man. You got to do you. Malcolm X is my hero as well. John Henry Clark is my hero as well. But you know,
we're not the same person.
Where this conversation is going.
Appreciate
I just get tired of seeing us going at each other.
We're not going at each other. We're not. Okay. So listen. So let me tell you this. So let me tell you this.
And doing this shit, but it's cool. It's cool. Let's just keep it going, man. So, Fred, appreciate you. Keep the conversation going, bro. Peace and blessings. Peace.
All right, peace, man.
Peace.
A man can say, God, dog. Hey, go ahead, H. Hey, let me put this in there. Go ahead, H.
Man, Fred, you over here cooking tonight. This what I'm talking about, Fred. You speaking the truth. You speaking the truth. You know what I mean? Fred, he stood up for a cause. What about you? What do you believe in? You remember that song by Tupac? Who do you believe in? I put my faith in God. You hear me, Fred?
Yeah.
Louis Farrakhan. Uncle Louis.
Caller, hold on, and I'll get you next.
Hold on, caller. Hold on. Louis Farrakhan.
Mute your phone.
Mute your phone, bruh. You talking about Louis Farrakhan, who was a liar. He set up Malcolm X. He knew about it. And Fred, you got all the facts. They say, no, Fred, don't tell the truth, Fred. They want you to stick to a script. Fred, are you what you gonna do, Fred? You gonna speak the truth for Malcolm X or what? That's what I want to know. Are you gonna keep up the pressure? Nah, Fred gonna speak the truth. Nah, fuck that. We ain't gonna stick to the script. We ain't gonna do that. What about Malcolm X? What about Malcolm? So we gonna forget about Malcolm X. And we knew Louis Farrakhan and his people had something to do with it. along with Elijah Muhammad. The facts are out there. Something needs to be done. Should Louis Farrakhan be charged? Should he be charged? What about that, Fred? Have you thought about that?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. I mean, all of them need all of them that's alive. All of them that's alive. Linwood, John Ali, Farrakhan, all of them need to be questioned. For sure. For sure.
Have they ever been questioned, Fred, about the death of Malcolm X?
No, and I know why. John Ali told me. And I know why. It's coming, y'all. It's coming.
Tell me why, Fred. I want to know.
Well, the world want to know. It's easy.
Why the world don't know already? Why?
I mean,
He's old.
He's old now. So, I mean,
but,
maybe he just wanted to talk to me.
Okay. I mean, we see R. Kelly. They brought up some old stuff on R. Kelly from a documentary. They made a documentary on R. Kelly and they exposed him, and then he was charged. Now, if a documentary comes out on Louis Farrakhan, will he be charged? You know what I'm saying? Now, this guy right here is a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Mike Weary the fake. You know what I mean? You're using race for money. That's what Elijah Muhammad did. He used the black race for money, impregnating women, underage females like R. Kelly, and he got away with it. They wasn't his wives. Everybody know it. That's why Malcolm X was killed, because of Elijah Muhammad, because he exposed Elijah Muhammad, Fred, for the fraud that he was, for the fraud that Elijah Muhammad was. Exactly. Elijah Muhammad, he's like R. Kelly. He's doing the same thing as R. Kelly was. You got a daughter, Fred. Okay, so it's okay. I got a sister. It's okay for an older man to mess with an underage woman? Is that okay? The Nation of Islam, is that okay? Answer those questions. Answer those questions. Louis Farrakhan, he has something to do. He has something to do with the murder of Malcolm X. The whole world knows it. The whole world knows it. Come on, man. Black on black crimes. I thought we love our brothers. What? Malcolm X was killed by a black man. Wasn't Malcolm X killed by a black man? Are you serious? Martin Luther King, he wasn't killed by a black man. Was he killed by a black man, Fred? No. Why was Malcolm X killed by a black person? And they was with the Nation of Islam, with the nation. You got to speak the truth, Fred. No matter what. I learned a lot from you. I learned a lot. And guess what? I take what I learned from you and I do it on my own show all the time. You know what I mean? I see something going on in boxing. I see a lot of lies. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder. Okay? He lied. He lied about Mark Breland. He lied about Mark Breland. And now I learned from you. So now I will expose Deontay Wilder, the truth. I got the facts. I got the facts. And Tyson Fury will fight Anthony Joshua. And Bob Arum, he needs to come to the barbershop. We need to talk about the big fights. Okay, Malik Scott took a dive. Malik Scott, he had a fixed fight with Deontay Wilder, and now that's his trainer. That's his new trainer. What about that, Fred? We talk about fixed fights. What about Deontay Wilder, his fight with Malik Scott, his new trainer? That was a fixed fight, wasn't it? Did he land the right hand? Where was the right hand at? You tell me. Now I got the facts, and I will expose it. And I learned from the best. We'll see. We'll see.
You got another super chat.
Where are those documents at? Where are the documents that Tay Jones was talking about from the doctor? Where's it at? I'm still waiting. Okay? I'm speaking the truth for boxing. That's why I'm here. I'm H Money Boxing. Go to subscribe to my channel right now. Go, come check me out right now. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I got the smoke, baby. Yeah. Okay.
You got a super chat, Jordan.
Hey, it's all good. I appreciate it, my boy. You know what?
Did you respond? T.O. says he won Haney next. How do you feel about that? And are you willing to bet on that fight?
Absolutely. Devin Haney, the next Floyd Mayweather, the best fighter in the world. Teofimo Lopez, he's ducking Devin Haney. He don't want no smoke. He don't want no smoke. And we can make the fight happen next. And guess what? I got $500 on it. Devin Haney gonna give him a boxing lesson, and we can bet. You dig? That way. Appreciate it, Fred. Love you.
Appreciate it. All right. Carl, what's up?
Hey, what up, Fred?
Oh, what's up, Al? What you got?
Man, you know, I'm listening, man. I'm chiming in, man. I'm looking at the you know, the chat, man, and you know, a lot of people is asking what's the end goal, man, and you know, from our numerous amounts of conversations and me knowing how passionate you are about Malcolm X, man, and more so about the progression of Black people, I know where your heart at on this situation and where it stands, and it's really in a good place, and you know, you've been looking for answers, you've been having questions, you know, we go over this a lot, man, and I applaud you, and I think you're going in the right direction, and you've gathered much facts, which a lot of Black people just haven't done, and really have been scared to address, and especially upon this situation. You know, I understood what the deacon, whoever that brother was that called first, you know, I understand his godly attitude towards this, man, but he said something that I totally, you know, feel contrary about, and I totally stand on the other side when he talking about, you know, I don't think we should air out our, you know, our problems. But as Black people, man, it's time to air out our problems to each other, because a lot of times we don't want to deal with the facts, man. I'm gonna give you an example. It's kind of like this. You know, if it's two cats that have problems with each other, and usually the one that's really wrong, he barking the loudest and telling people lies about you, and you be like, you know what, homie, look, let's go ahead in the public square. We're going to talk this out, walk this out, or we're going to go ahead and get physical and touch each other. You know why? Because all eyes need to see the same thing, and all ears need to see the same, you know, hear the same thing. Because you out here telling a whole bunch of lies to a lot of people and got me looking like the bad guy, and I ain't really the bad guy. So hold up. You either going to whoop my ass in front of everybody, or I'm going to whoop your ass in front of everybody, and we're going to go ahead and lead this to rest. And that's the same thing that's been culminating and going on in our culture and within our people for the longest. Like, sometimes Black people don't want to address the truth. Why? Because sometimes we just want to have a seat at the table with the white man. We want to have a seat at the table with Master. You get what I'm saying? But understand this, Black people, our seat has been defiled. It was given to us in a defiled state. Why? Because everything that has transpired and that led up to our demise, we had a hand in it, as well as the white man. And he knew that he could use some of us to basically sell out against our own people if we had a greater share of the good. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what has happened in this situation and in many other situations with our people. And see, Black people, sometimes we just want to say, man, we got a seat at the table, man. Nah, man, that ain't cool what happened to Malcolm, man. I'm not going to, look, I know Farrakhan, you know, so what, he apologized. I don't, like, he know where he come on, man, he know the situation. He know through and through what then occurred, man. And people need to address, like, man, how could you allow that to happen? Farrakhan knew what happened. Elijah Muhammad knew. They all knew what was going on, man, and it was wrong. It was wrong. I'm not gonna bash them cats because they humans, but at the same time, it needs to be addressed. Like, how can a person that stand for righteousness and stand for good even back that without addressing it for what it is? You get what I'm saying? Okay, somebody made a mistake, but come on, man, you gotta be like, you know, you gotta make atonement for your error, and it's gotta be publicly known. Like, you gotta come before everybody, like, and humble yourself, man. You get what I'm saying? And we haven't done that in a lot of, like, man, Black people want to be pacified, man. Like I say, and we had this conversation a lot, Fred. Look, man, before we have to worry about white people, Asians, Mexicans, whomever, man, we got to clean up our own house, man. The only way we going to progress as a people is to clean up our own house. And part of cleaning up our own house is and addressing some things that we haven't been wanting to address. And that's one of the things that we haven't been wanting to address. That happened a long time ago. Well, shit, so what happened a long time ago? It's still occurring. And you telling me you're going to let the same thing happen every, for 10 years and compile it to 20 years, compile it to 30 years and 40 years and 50 without addressing it? That's a problem. You get what I'm saying? So it's about time that everybody, get their laundry aired out. You get what I'm saying? Let it be on public notice, man, and address the people on forefront. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I totally agree. I totally agree with, your take on it as far as from that end of it. Again, I look at Farrakhan. He just a man. Like I look past him. He ain't my superior. Ain't no man my superior, so I can see past his failures and his shortcomings. But for other people to act like you say, for other black people to say like, oh man, Malcolm was the traitor. Malcolm was wrong in the situation. Like, man, can you not read between the lines? Can you just not like read black and like this is plain as day? Like, that's what tells you right there, people's minds have been warped. You get what I'm saying? And just that type of thinking is dangerous to our progression, because that spreads. Like, when you allow a falsehood to continue to be the theme, then everybody think it's okay for that. You get what I'm saying? Like, truth needs to stand on the forefront. That needs to be the foundation of everything. Like, if it ain't truth, it doesn't need to exist within us. You get what I'm saying? Because everything else is like, it's just like everything that's going on today in society. Like, nah, man, everybody thinking ain't right. Like, no, it's only one way to do everything you do in life, man. It's the right way. Like, can't everybody have a say and have an opinion that's totally different and it all be deemed as correct? Like, it can't be 100 things that's contrastly different and on two different ends of the spectrum both be right. It just don't make sense. Like, this is leading us to something different. Like, each path is leading somewhere different. Like, we supposed to go to a similar, like we supposed to have a similar destination, man. But you telling me that I'm supposed to believe this is right and I'm supposed to believe that is right, but they all go to totally different paths, and a lot of it is just it's just wrong, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be a standard, man. Like it gotta be a basis on what we build upon, the foundation of what we stand upon, man. If it's wrong, fuck that, man. Cut that out, because it ain't no progression in that, man. And black people need to start having this pacified position and attitude towards this shit, man, because it's really, it's a disease, man. It's a germ. It's a bacteria, man. That shit spreads and proliferates worse than, AIDS, man. It's bad, man. It's very, very disgusting to us, man. And, I'm totally with you on this subject, man. But again, the big picture ain't even Farrakhan. The big picture ain't Malcolm. I mean, the big picture ain't Farrakhan. The big picture ain't Elijah Muhammad. That's part of the problem. But the big picture and the end goal is us progressing as black people in a unified manner. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the end goal right there. And it's just like you, Fred. You're pretty much a real estate mogul. If you go buy a piece of a property and you see the property is no good at the foundation, oh well, fuck it. I don't care how good the house look, the foundation ain't no good. We gotta uproot the foundation and we gotta build this again, no matter how good the house look. Like, that's all, that's all smoke screen, man. Like, of course the house don't look good if I can put some money into it, man, but it ain't standing on nothing. It's built upon sand. It's gonna crumble. So our foundation as black people, man, just by all the injurious things that has been done to us by white people, people of all different races, but more so ourselves. If we just look at all the injurious things we've done to ourselves, then we know we need to start over fresh. And we know all them remnants, them old remnants that's been hanging on, that's trying to keep this thing going or keep that thing going, that's been injurious to us and deviated to us. Those things need to be just done away with entirely, decimated, thrown to the fire. You dig what I'm saying? All that needs to be gone. And I hear a lot of, like, it's a big gap between the older generation and the younger generation, man. It's a big gap. And a lot of these older cats, man, they stuck in that old way of doing things, man. Like, oh, well, you know, that was a long time ago. Nah, man, it's a new day, man. And a new day is showing us this, man. A new day is showing us this, man. We got to turn over a new leaf. You understand what I'm saying? And if we got to do away with that old shit that ain't got us nowhere from the 60s, because ain't nothing changed from the civil rights to now. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed. And if you ask me from the 60s to now, who really got it cracking with these white folks that got their attention? I say our generation did. Because if you look at all the looting from 2020 and everything that happened, man, they ain't never did it like that in the 60s. We fucked up our own communities. But niggas took it to Beverly Hills. Niggas took it to all the downtown districts all over the country. And we got these white people attention. You understand what I'm saying? We made them say, you know what? We got to give all these niggas $20,000. We got to give them a mini reparation check so they can cool down. And you see all the money they infused into the economy. You get what I'm saying? They gave all that to us. Why? Because they know this is the only way we gonna calm these niggas down, because you know what? They ain't going for all that shit no more. You dig what I'm saying? They ain't going for the peace pep rallies and all that. They ain't going for the song and dance. These niggas is coming to us to the point where they round our own people up. They round us up. Damn near getting into the White House. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we really got their attention. So this generation is on to something, man. So all that old talk, if it ain't moving towards the progression with the new wave, then it gotta be done with. You understand what I'm saying? I truly believe in my heart, man, we got old remnants that's hanging on, that's in cahoots with the government. Like, all them cats, man, they told what to do by the government, man. That's real talk. They tell them like this, man, go quiet the people down. Go quiet y'all people down, man. He go a $500,000 check. Oh, you needed this down. You needed that building. Here go this. Go quiet them down. You know, go tell them what we want them to hear, just to cool them down. But it ain't no progression, though. It ain't nothing really being done for us. And then we go by it and say, you know what, that's the right way to do. Why? Because he sound good when he talking, or he look good, and he use these big words and all this. And, man, you want your ears tickled, man. Real motherfuckers want something done. Real motherfuckers want some equality.
Yeah,
Real motherfuckers want some opportunity. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, Deacon want to say something to you.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Go ahead.
Sound like he killing that woman, man.
Go ahead. He Deacon.
Yeah. Hey, you hear
was
me?
on the phone. Yeah, he can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm not witnessing a murder next, though. Motherfuckers.
You said you hoping you're doing what?
Sound like I'm about to kill that woman over there, man. That's why I'm breathing hard. She's screaming to the top of her lungs like dude trying to kill her. And the dude, he kind of off. And white folks got white neighbors.
You better call the police, because at this rate, they coming one way or another.
No, bro, they're gonna have to call the police for themselves, bro. As long as they don't point them guns over here, because I'm gonna cut up on them, bro. Believe that. Hey, anyway, yeah, you got me kind of shook on it. Brother, listen, what I was saying about us. I'm gonna give you a prime example. When I say black folk as a whole don't usually take airing out our business before the white slave master. Remember when Bill Cosby, he meant well. God knows when you listen to what he was saying, he meant what he was talking the truth. But he was on a stage and had some folks in there that was recording him, and he knew he was being recorded and that it was going to go out into the atmosphere. Black folks shunned him for that. So he didn't get a lot of support when he had to go to trial and all this here. Why you think a lot of folks ain't raising up to my free bill? Because they remember how you tried to talk down on us. We don't have a problem with you telling us the truth. And
Bill Cosby. Go ahead.
Watch this though. The prime issues that are before us as Black people right now, whether we talk about it in private or whether we talk about it in public, where the slave master can hear us physically speak upon these matters, whether we do it either way, it's not us. At this point, it's not us airing out our information and airing out our business. You know why? Because the slave master is at the center and they're the culprit of our problems. They already know what's going on. Why? Because they part of it. You understand? They'll pit us against each other. They already know. You understand what I'm saying? Like the things that hinder us the most, and the things that the things that hit us in the heel, you get what I'm saying, and strike us in the head. They know about it. They devise the plots. So
we all know that, brother. That's not the point, brother.
Telling 100 different stories and 100 different lies to each other. You get what I'm saying? And they keeping us in confusion. No, at this point, the truth needs to be addressed, man, because there's certain cats that's hiding, that's playing both sides of the fence, that's calling themselves our brothers. These are the cancerous figures that need to be singled out and need to be brought to justice right on the public square, right before us. It's just like in the gang culture. In the gang culture, it's already known and not to even use, because that's another problem we have. But I'm gonna tell you something that's noble in the gang culture. This is noble, man. If you're gonna do some crime with me, man, and we both know we got consequences, you know, that we gotta face if we get caught. You can't rat. It ain't no snitching. Like,
brother, you got to be able.
Snitches gotta be done away with. Snitches gotta be done away with.
You got to be able to listen too, brother. You're doing a lot of talking, but you ain't doing enough listening, brother. You're doing a lot of talking, but you ain't doing enough listening. I got love for you, brother, but you got to be able.
I don't have no valid point though. Invalid my point,
brother. I always been my best co-defendant. I ride alone. Everything I ever did, I rode alone, bro. I ain't gonna never tell on me. Now that aside, listen to what I'm saying, family. This time that we're living in, we have to understand just how advanced this devil has got. Listen, there was a time when they want
to blame the devil though. When we got,
you see what I mean, brother? You got to listen. You got to be able to listen, brother.
Like we gotta be able, because look, this is the same story that's been going on. It's the same.
If I can't talk, let me know, brother. I can go ahead and finish doing what I was doing. Brother, you got to be able to listen, brother.
Well, brother, but it's the same thing though.
Listen, brother.
Like why do we think that we always got to go before the white man? Like,
let him respond.
We're strong enough army to handle our own house.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, let him respond, and that's the purpose of the Nation of Islam court, but they didn't do it. But anyways, go ahead, D.
Yeah, listen, brother. I respect you and everything, but you got to be able to listen to. It's got to, you know what I mean. I'm not saying anything wrong, brother, but you got to be able to listen. And we got to continue to organize and build and build and build, because there's a system that has been building for 450 years to keep us oppressed. Now we have to counter that. Like our people, like I don't never discount what they did in the so-called 60s and in the days before that, because our ancestors put in the work so we can be here, Aaron, speaking the way we're speaking today. Because we cannot discount them and say we doing it better, they doing. No, listen. The Bible speaks. Every generation gets stronger, get wiser, smarter. You're supposed to. That is how it's supposed to work. And you and I are supposed to be instilling this in our children, building them. I'm gonna get it. See how Fred. I don't know if you see him with his kids. He's building them for their future. He's not building them for yesterday, but he's building them for their future. They used to have us, like I was finna say, on a selling block where they would make us take off your clothes and search you down and dress you down and show the buyers how strong and muscular you are, and you know what I mean. But there's a different platform that they sell black folks on these days. It is the stock exchange, right? You're being sold as entertainers, ball players.
Mhm.
You're being sold, criminalized. Don't you know that private prisons is a business? When they're building these prisons, they are building these with private owners. And you don't go build a hotel unless you expect what? Occupancy, right? People coming in to rent those rooms. So they're still in-house and selling black folks. They're giving free labor out of these folks. And what broke my heart, I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, but they got female prisons where they've got black women putting out fires as though they're on the real fire trucks. They're doing all this type of work for free. They're doing so many things. They're getting free. They building things. They study. Remember, they talk about how we built this country. No, we're still building this country. A lot of times people don't know just how dire this situation is. But what I want to say to you, brother, listen, Farrakhan, I'm not telling us to that we shouldn't have a conversation, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You see what I'm saying? I would love for us, even if I ain't in the room, for Fred and some other brothers to sit down with the minister and if call him and say, can I have a one-on-one, or can I have some type of interview with you? Maybe he'll grant you that. You know what I'm saying? And have two brothers, going back and forth, but doing it respectfully, tastefully. And then your public can accept it better, can digest it better. But if it comes in a way where it look like it's a venomous way, some will receive it, but some will reject it. You see what I'm saying? But if you want the masses to accept this, we have to get to a place where we can. We have to get to a place where we can have a common goal, and that goal is to heal. And in order to heal, to Fred's point, we need to have these conversations. But where do we have these conversations? How do we have these conversations? Do it look like we're battering each other, beating each other down, tearing each other down? I want you, young brother, please, right now, I want you to give me one group.
Oh, Deke. Go ahead, Al. Something happening. Oh, yeah.
That's terrible. No, listen, he gone.
No, you went out for a sec. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want him to give me one group of people that have these type of dialogues of tearing each other down this way. Just give me one, and I'll shut up. Not you, Fred. I'm talking about the brother. Go ahead.
Understand this. Just understand my point. You making the point as if we even on a matter, or we even coming from the angle of tearing somebody down. Let me tell you this. If somebody has done something wrong and have been called out for their wrongdoings, that has nothing to do with tearing a person down. Like, you got to understand.
Whatever you want to call it. It ain't okay. Say okay, take that part out. Take that part out. Tearing it down. Give me one group of people who air out their differences before the world like black people do. Just give me one.
But you gotta understand. But look, you gotta understand this though. Yeah, we do that.
I'm just asking for one, brother. I'm just asking for one.
But pertaining to this particular point, we haven't. This has nothing to do with that. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that we gotta take out the equation. We gotta stop expecting the white man, the so-called, people call him the white man, call him the master, they call him the devil, whatever. We gotta stop expecting him to give us any more precedence than he give himself. Understand this. We living in an Anglo-Saxon world power. That means America and Great Britain is a dual world power. That's what we living under. You understand what I'm saying? So it's white privilege to the max. You get what I'm saying? So we gotta stop thinking they gonna give us a fair shot. They not, man. But is there an opportunity for us to prosper? Yes, we've seen that. Is there a greater, and that's in the division. We prosper within division amongst ourselves, great division. So it shows you just how much more, how much more potential we have if we were unified. You understand what I'm saying? So let's stop looking for them to save us, because they not supposed to.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that anywhere tonight?
How can you expect to go in somebody else's house, right? How can you expect to be looking for occupancy in someone else's house for free, and then to be able to do it the way you want to do it? It's not gonna happen. You gonna live by their rules under their house.
That let me know. That let me know right there, brother, that you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me, brother. Because if you were listening to me, you wouldn't have made that statement right there, brother. And I'm gonna say it again since you didn't hear me. As black folk, we look at our babies and instill in them, like I was saying about Fred and his kids, because y'all don't know my kids, right? The way that this man is raising and instilling greatness in his kids, he expects to get a return on that seed that he plants in that child. If I put a mango seed in the ground, I don't expect the watermelon to come up. I expect the mango tree. So whatever you instill in your child, and if it's greatness, you shall receive greatness from that child, right? You got to do your job as parents. We're starting at home. When we do that and stop being sperm donors, getting young black women's pregnant on every corner and talking about them like a dog and ain't taking care of the kids, and even the mother, she's so disrespected. She don't find value in her or her kids. She spend every dime she has to look good, to go to the club, to get pregnant by another brother. This is a cycle that has to be broken.
That's the foundation of Elijah Muhammad. What do you think? That's
no. I'm trying to make a point here. What I'm saying, brother.
Point. I mean,
but what I'm saying is, brother, this right here.
That's the foundation.
Okay, cool. We have to. Okay, is that you smart man, Fred? You heard what I said.
You are as well.
You heard what I said. I said the way that you're raising your children, and we as a collective should be doing the same. Instilling greatness in our children. Are you not doing that, Fred?
I mean, that I'll find out when they on their own.
No, I'm just saying. What? No.
I believe I am. I mean, it's not in practice yet. It's not in practice. I believe I am. It's not in practice yet.
You're smarter than this, Fred. I'm gonna say this again.
I'm being 100 with you. It's not in practice yet.
I'm just gonna say it one more time, and then I know you got this. I said, you, as a father, your job is to instill greatness in your children. You raise them on that. Your job has not been complete. Your job ain't complete yet. Yeah. They're still babies. You're still instilling things. You're still working on them, right or wrong?
Yes.
That's my point. And when I said, when more of us do that and stop being sperm donors, because I get on my family about this. I got nephews with this, and it may sound like a joke, but it's serious. This man have 14 kids from different women. I'm yet to find, I'm not gonna bash it, but again, we got to do better as a whole, because our babies should not suffer from our poor decisions. They expect us to do right by them, because when they look up at us and say they're hungry, they shouldn't have to tell us they're hungry. We should know to feed them. We should know to clothe them. We should know to guide them and protect them and raise them up in the way that they should go.
You want to give your closing remarks, and then I'll give his closing remarks.
Well, I can't get it no better than that. To God be the glory. There you go. Hey, brother, I don't know you. I love you, brother. Trust me. I know you mean well, and that's a great thing for us. You keep doing what you're doing, and that type of energy is needed. We all need it, but we got to get better. We got to continue to get better. That's it. Fred, I love you, brother, and I know you always on point. You're trying to do the right thing for us, and you built the platform for us. You know what I mean? And when I mean for us, that means for black men and black women to have a place and a space for peaceful conversations and also uncomfortable conversations. But we can have them. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
I'm done. Yes, sir. All right. Peace out, family.
Thank you. You want to give a closing remarks, L?
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, Fred, man. I appreciate you allowing me to, have a voice tonight, man. Keep pushing your pen, man. Us as black folks, we got a long way to go, man. But as long as we keep turning that wheel, getting forward, man, hopefully we'll see some progress on some bigger stages, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And like I say, man, we had this conversation before, man. Keep raising your kids, man, like you're doing, man, because you're doing a great job, brother. Your best investment, your biggest return gonna come from right there, man. Not, sadly, not in other areas of life that you press towards, but it definitely will come with them 2 kids when they grow up, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate you, dog.
All right.
Peace, King. Love you too, man. Peace. Yeah, man. So the point I want to say is about he apologized. Listen, here's another component which doesn't get talked about, which I thought the Nation of Islam would have done something about, was when Thomas Heyer signed that affidavit in 1980. He did 2, one in 1977, one in 1980. And they never, ever reached out and attempted to go find the other killers. They said they were in the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam said they're a nation. They have their own court. They didn't do it. So those men got to live had a life of longevity and didn't do what they say they do. And I think that's egregious. If you say you have your own court and you hold people accountable and you have a mosque in Newark, and Farrakhan said in front of Mike Wallace, he agreed that the killers came out of Newark. Why didn't Louis Farrakhan go to Newark and get the killers? That's the whole point I'm saying. If the community protected them, that means Farrakhan protected them. That's the point I'm making. And I think that's wrong. And as it pertains to what Deacon was saying, that was as people say in the 60s, that was the whole schism behind it. Right? People say, why is this important? Because that was the linchpin conversation. That was the linchpin topic. That was the linchpin topic as it pertains with Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X relationship. Right? When they said, oh, he went to white media. And whereas we all, for some of you who may not know, I mean, he was ignored. He was ostracized, which I guess according to them, that's how they do it, right? If they can kick Malcolm X out for 90 days, they can go to Newark and get those killers for the Nation of Islam. They didn't do it. So that linchpin, as it pertains to when y'all say about why is this such a big deal? Because that was the fulcrum. That was the median that said, oh, the Nation of Islam said we got to do something to protect the nation. Because if this stuff gets out, the Nation of Islam will be hindered. I don't know if it fails. I don't know if it gets stopped. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just egregious. We got another caller. 831, 1 second. It's just egregious how you only hear one side of the story every day. One side of the story. But if I tell the other side of the story, I'm airing out dirty laundry. I think you tell both sides of the story and you let the people decide. But if I don't speak, you don't hear the pro Malcolm X side of it. You just hear the Nation of Islam side. Oh, we didn't kill him. The government killed him. Yeah, it was everybody involved. It was everyone involved. But there was 5 black men that was in the Autobahn. So I think I think that you don't say, Mike Weary, you don't say, oh, you don't go to the Nation and say you need to make an anti-Malcolm X page, do you? You don't. So at the end of the day, I think the truth is the truth. And if you want to talk about foundations too, right? And I think this needs to be had, because if we change Elijah Muhammad's name to Michael Clark, 25 kids, 9-10 different mothers. Oh, he's a piece of shit. Oh, he ain't nothing. Oh, he deserves to go to jail. He ain't raised his kids, right? No matter what he did in life, you don't raise your kids. You don't sign your kids' birth certificate. You a piece of shit. You change that name to Elijah Muhammad. What happens? Oh, our Father, which art in heaven, blah, blah, blah. Oh, holy thou, honorable Elijah Muhammad. Well, you had 15 to 16 kids that didn't have a father. We ignore that. We ignore these truths that are right in front of us. And that's talking about the foundation. No matter how beautiful the house is, you build if the foundation is what the foundation is. And these are conversations and truths that we don't want to talk about because we are so comfortable. And I think that's what's horrible about us as a whole. That's what's horrible about me. I'm at the space now, and I'll be honest. I mean, I've already purged my lies. I've already done that. So now I can walk in truth. I can be who I want to be. I can go anywhere I want to go. I don't have to say, oh man, I don't think whoever I love in my life ain't or is gonna like it. I think we just need to start walking in truth. Stop walking in this religion is number one. This basketball team is the best. This woman is the best typist. I think we just have to tell the truth. Let the people hear the truth, and that's the truth. These are not lies. I've spoken to the kids. They didn't want to be recorded. I've spoken to them. I've reached out to them. They don't see Elijah Muhammad grandkids don't see him as Elijah Muhammad, y'all. They see him as a flawed man. And that's the truth. Go ahead. 831.
Hey, Fred.
Hey,
this is a dude from California. You invited me before.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? A big shout out to the Black history, the Black struggle, and very inspirational as well to the Mexican people, man. I wanted to kind of touch up on that, if I may. Well, yeah, brother. I mean, look, I'm not speaking for all Mexicans, I mean, Chicanos, whatever. But me personally, man, I have studied Louis Farrakhan. I pretty much exhausted every video out there on YouTube. I've heard about other struggles, throughout the community when it comes to the black struggle. I know about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. There's a lot of history with the Chicano movement being involved and Martin Luther King and the peace marches. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what Louis Farrakhan means to me. And me from the barrio coming up, and these barrios of California. I struggled my way into through college. So I've used Louis Farrakhan as an inspiration to my life, brother. When I speak about Louis Farrakhan, I speak about him nothing but respect and as a motivation, inspiration to keep going And believe it or not, what I learned from Louis Farrakhan, it helps me to uplift, and teach the youth in my community, right? And so it kind of hurts me. It kind of hurts me when I see the big picture, the panoramic picture. It's always divide and conquer for whatever reason, political agenda there might exist. I'm not going to get into that, but I think it's like this, brother. It's like you could say like a brain surgeon. You can have the best brain surgeon, and he can fix any brain, help rescue somebody from you know what I'm talking about medically wise. Assist this person, but outside that the surgical room, he might be a racist, or he might be anti this, anti that, or he might not be a perfect person. But the treatment that was received was the blessing. And the way I see Louis Farrakhan, as well as Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they're a vessel that I truly do believe God has sent these people. I truly do believe they are what is coming out of their words is the word of God. Because when it's always inspirational to teach and uplift and rescue someone from tyranny and genocide, reality is genocide. What was occurring to the poor masses of the United States of America. I think what's happening is that, well, the panoramic picture that I was referring to is that the words, as holy as they are, the message that could save and uplift, I think the enemy, I'm not saying the white man, I'm not pointing at any race, religion, message. I'm talking about like the elite in power. They're a minority few, and they're a diverse group of people, right? They're just a minority few who are wealthy. They're the people who move the pieces on the playing boards, and that's who they are. But we as a people, I truly do believe, that we are being separated, divided, and being pinned against each other. And the message that is there within our own community, we're not paying attention, right? Someone else is paying attention to it, and someone else is going to benefit. And I'll tell you right now, the Mexicans are going to benefit from Martin Luther King. They're going to benefit from Louis Farrakhan. They're going to benefit from Malcolm X. And we're going to benefit to every extent. And we're not going to say he killed this person, that person killed this. No, we're not even thinking about that. We're actually taking advantage of the message that was sent from God to listen to what we need to do to better ourselves as people. Because Martin Luther King did what he did with his dream, right? But he didn't get to see that dream. And I actually believe that it was the Vietnam War. He got into the Vietnam War politics. That's what happened. When it came to Malcolm X and Louis Farrakhan, now there is a conspiracy that the government, they put a little ticking time bomb at the perfect time, perfect place with some pawns to kind of, to break up a nation that was on the way to probably put forth a new presidential candidate like Barack Obama was recently to us. But we're talking about back in the late 60s, So it was ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time. And so all I'm saying is maybe just to let you guys know that we do intend to use the words of Malcolm X, the words of Louis Farrakhan, and our communities. And we might not be too, maybe like too focused on who did what, because at the same time in our communities we taking each other out, brother. We taking each other out politically, in the streets, or even within our own families, because maybe somebody messed up, right? Because they messed it up for everybody else, and it's unfortunate. A lot of great soldiers, a lot of great minds did not make it. In the Bible, in the Bible, Moses and Aaron they didn't make it. I believe. I'm not sure. Moses didn't make it to the promised land. So it's just part of life, part of the struggle. Some people sacrifice more than others. The messenger might look a certain way, but the message itself, it's beautiful. And that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I appreciate the history, the culture, and no matter how much divided, the media might want to make it look like black and brown are divided. No, brother, we're going through the same struggles, and we're paying attention. We're paying attention, and we're in your corner. We always have been. And that's all I wanted to say, but
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
All right, all the time. Yep. So it's I find it ironic that we can talk about so many different issues. Ooh, we got another call. Hey, what's up?
Fred, what's happening, man?
Hey, how you been?
Good, man. Listen to your program, man. You keeping us going here, man. I got a little different perspective. You know, I know this is a long-winded topic that everybody want to have a lot of stuff to say. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I know everybody talking as long as they can on this. From my perspective, I grew up in the '90s, which probably pretty sure that sounds about your era. When you look at this whole thing, we do a lot of self-destruct with the music we listen to, with the TV shows we looking at. Even a lot of times when you talk to some of your old friends, I know me, myself, I'll catch myself. I can't even listen to the music anymore because I got kids and probably some grandkids. It's just when you go back and people want to reminisce over things and make things more than what they are. And I'm saying that because if you look at Farrakhan, he was good friends with Gaddafi. Gaddafi was going to send him $1 billion, and the U.S. government blocked it. It might have been $2 billion. I'm not sure on the exact number.
He sent them $5 million, I think.
But he was trying to send them more, and the government blocked it.
I'm telling you what he sent them. I believe it was $5 million.
Yeah, but he wanted to send them a lot of money, and the U.S. government blocked it. Now, what he actually sent them and what they were trying to block it, that's two different things. I only bring up the money just to say that relate the fact that how much Gaddafi cared for Farrakhan. Because, you know, us as men, two things we don't do with you. We don't really rock with you. We don't spend no time with you, and we damn sure ain't giving you no money unless we feel like we're close to you. You know, that's almost like a brother kindred if I'm gonna break bread with you on that level. Even if I got it. That's how most men look at it. So Gaddafi got that whole situation with him being killed, that was under Obama. And for all those folks who love Obama to death and think he can't do nothing wrong, Obama was the one who did that. And Farrakhan didn't bang the drum like somebody who was that kindred to him. So I think a lot of people passed up under our era, right up under us. That's why they don't really mess with those folks that they're pushed upon us as leaders, because they ain't leading nothing. They just running their damn mouths. And when it comes time for them to really put up, they're not really doing it like that. And they don't call out the black on black crimes that we actually portray on each other. They don't call out a lot of the bullshit. So I think, me personally, I look at this in a little bit different way. I'm optimistic for things changing, because I think religion doesn't have such a strong hold on people as it used to. Politics doesn't have a strong hold on people in our situations that it used to. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna really get off. Did you ever hear? You remember hearing Snoop Dogg's when he got the star in Hollywood? Did you ever hear? You remember hearing his speech?
Refresh my memory, please.
Where he said, "I want to thank me for getting up in the morning. I want to thank me for working." I think that need to be our marching orders. What we thanking ourselves, because most of the time we've done it by sports and everything else, where we're used to giving other people credit for things that we're doing, and there's a certain humbleness to that. There's also a certain lack of confidence when you can't do that, and I think that helps you as a man going forward, because everybody is against you. So you need to have some confidence in your abilities in overcoming things. And if you don't have that, you're going to have a tough time out here, always looking for somebody to do something, and they're not fucking doing it. Religion ain't going to help you. Nobody's coming to save you with none of this stuff. And Farrakhan, I mean, I'm in the South right now. I'm in Florida. I don't really know no Muslims like that. The only Muslims I know that's actually Muslim, they all went to fucking jail. Now, it might be strong over there in California, but I know down here in the South, we don't really rock with the Muslims like that. They got mosques here, you know, but it's not that strong like it is every other place. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off Fred. That's my take on it. I don't look at Farrakhan as really a leader, because when he had opportunities to lead, he just didn't. He hasn't and he didn't. And for all of those leaders that we're trying to even portray as a leader, when Barack was in office, none of them held his feet to the fire. But as soon as he left, when Trump came in, everybody wanted to be barking up what they need to be doing for the black people. Barack was representing the government, and all those people now that's barking up for the government to do stuff, they just got quiet. So you need to lead. We need to just lead ourselves and stop looking for people. That's just not going to happen. That's my call, Fred. I appreciate your soul, brother. You keeping me up and you keeping our minds ovulating. And I even appreciate all the different points of view that you have.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm going to go ahead and get off. I'm going to fall back in the chat. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, it's all speculatory. I can't sit here and I'm not going to dispute no religion as it pertains to like changing people's lives. I've seen Christians, I've seen Nation of Islam, I've seen Catholic. I mean, I mean, if you want to be dead ass honest, let's just call a spade a spade. Barack Obama and Louis Farrakhan both live in Chicago or from Chicago. You know, the highest gun crime and shit. They have the worst weekends in the history of America, you know, as it pertains to modern murder off of gun violence. So, I mean, and I believe Barack is a Christian. So, I mean, to say that, oh, he's this, he's that. I mean, everyone's accountable as it pertains to that, you know. And there are success stories, you know. There are Nation of Islam members who go become doctors and lawyers and yeah, I mean, Christians trains Doug. There's a lot of former prostitutes that are Christians. There's a lot of former pimps that are preachers. You know, a lot of former leaders of the mosque in the 60s were pimps. A lot of Malcolm X, you know, a lot of so it goes hand in hand. You know, to say one is more than the other. I mean, there's like 1.3 billion Muslims in America. You know, I'm talking about Orthodox Muslims. So so you can't say one or the other because we don't have the actual facts, you know. So but to answer the bigger question, why this is such important, because that's the linchpin and what got Malcolm X assassinated. And if you can say it's not a big deal, means you are disregarding a black life. You understand? I think no one is more than the other. I think we should fight for one just the same. You know, I don't think we should fight for Breonna Taylor's life more than George Floyd's life. I think it's all relative. I think it's all the same. I think Malcolm X deserved justice. Breonna Taylor deserves justice. You got people getting out of jail 40 years and they didn't do the crime. So we should say, oh, don't worry about it, man. They did 40 years. They should just die in jail. It's no big deal. It was 40 years ago. You know? Or 40 years ago, they find out the person who did it. He may be dead, but you can exonerate the person who actually did it. So I don't think there's no timeline on the truth. And when you got people who are telling stories and they saying it as doctrine, as the truth, it's not right. It's not right. And I think you honor yourself by telling the truth. You know, it just is. You honor yourself by telling the truth. And when you search, when I think the most, I was having this conversation today. The scariest thing, one of the scariest things about life is when you're in search of the truth and you find it. It's like, man, your truth. I mean, you may believe it. I mean, not your truth, but you actually find it and you like, damn. You understand what I'm saying? Like you don't know it's that bad or that good, you know? So but I think to disregard a man's life or a woman's life, I think you should hold yourself accountable to that. I think it's disgusting when people say it's a long time ago. Huh? Nat Turner family been for over 100 years. they so you're gonna tell the Nat Turner family, oh, we don't want the skull. No, we don't want it. You know? So I think we should honor the truth. You know, and if the truth offends you, you have to make adjustments. The same way I thought Christianity, I was raised in a Baptist church, right? And obviously the pastor is the guy who can't do no wrong, right? The pastor is just giving you a message. He's not God. So he can tell you the truth. And you can still tell him you shouldn't smoke. You don't say, pastor, oh, you're a godly man, you should smoke, you should drink. No. Or whatever else he's doing. I think that we have God complex. And I think if you don't call your child honorable, you shouldn't call another man honorable. That's just what I stand on. The same compliments you give another man, the same compliment you should give your child. You should give yourself. And I think I don't get the fact that people can look at another man and say, oh, we shouldn't talk about him. Huh? Imagine I get on here and say, y'all can't correct me. The only difference is I have the mic. That's it. I'm not above reproach at all. I don't think Malcolm is. I don't think Elijah Muhammad is. I don't think Noah Jones is. I don't think Al Heyman is. I don't think any other black man that is. I don't hang up on you if you disagree with me. I think if you go too long, I think too long is a bit too much. But I mean, you can say what you want. And I think that's what's disgusting. That's what's disgusting is that, listen, you can't say about Elijah Muhammad, he wasn't a father to his kids. He didn't sign the birth certificate. I'm confused about that. But you can tell your brother, your biological brother, hey, you got to be a father to your kids. I'm confused about that. That don't make sense to me. Or you can say, if Farrakhan is the leader, well, Farrakhan is the leader of the Nation of Islam, and he has mosque number 25 in Newark. He had since 1980. I think they came about in 82, 83. I don't know when the first Savior's Day was in the 80s after he left WD Muhammad. But I think that if he knew that the killers came out of Mosque 25, why not be the leader? WD Muhammad is the same way. It's not just Elijah. I mean, it's not just Lewis. It's not just WD Muhammad. They allowed the community to protect them. Oh, let him go. That was a long time ago. Huh? Imagine your father died when you were 6. Wouldn't you want to find the killer? It's just beyond me that we can say, oh, we can't talk about that person. And we know everyone is human. We know it. We're human. You've seen them go to the bathroom. You've seen them bleed. I think that's what's that God complex that we have about whatever religion you serve. I think that's a complex. I think that's a sickness. I really think it's a sickness. And I think as a whole, like the Pope, I think it's disgusting. How can you relocate a priest? I think it's disgusting. Just what I believe. And that's just what I believe. I think you have I think there's a inferior. Now I can't even say the words. Now I can't read. I can't talk. You have an inferiority complex if you put a man above your life. I believe you can take information and you honor that information. But I'm never, ever going to stop searching for the truth. Next year, it may be something else that inspires me. I've already spoke my truth to Dre. I've already spoke my truth to my mom, my sister. These are the hardest conversations I've probably ever had in my life. I've already purged myself. And it's time that we all do it. Instead of sitting, lying, and being on the fence. Like being a part-time Christian. Christians don't eat shellfish. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. Christians, you're not supposed to eat shellfish. You're not supposed to listen to music that defamed God. You're not supposed to put no God before God. You know what putting stuff before God is? Well, instead of going to church, I'm gonna go watch football. Or if you're in the Nation of Islam, like music, like I thought you're not supposed to dance. You're not supposed to. I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know the exact rules, but there's some strict rules being in the nation. There's some strict rules in being a Christian. No, I don't know best. I don't know best. I'm just living my truth. I don't know best at all. But I'm saying we all want to be part-time something. Christians cheat. You understand? Lying your taxes, run red lights, like obey the laws of the land. You know what I mean? Thou shalt not commit murder. That means if you know someone that committed murder or committed a crime, you should tell. You know, we got a no snitching policy in the community. You know, and I think we all flawed. We're all flawed as it pertains to that. I mean, everyone needs a break sometime, but I'm saying then like that's the whole catch. If you honor something, I'm not calling, by no means am I saying woe is Fred. I'm not comparing. That's why I don't believe in religious practices. I believe in God. No religion is going to tell me what I have to do on Monday. No religion is going to tell me what I got to do on Tuesday. Nah, it's not. Nah. Because if God is all knowing, God doesn't have borders. Ain't no way in hell they gonna tell me I gotta dress like this. I gotta dress like that. Nah, man. No matter what religion you are, there's guidelines in how you're supposed to dress. You know, and that's just what I believe on, what I believe in. And I understand rubrics and structure is sometimes what people need in their life. But that's not the end of your life. You still have to grow from that. You can't go to in my opinion, I don't believe you can go to the same church under the same pastor or the same mosque for 40 years. I think you should elevate. Or what's the Catholic Church or whatever it is? I think I just, because he's human. The man that's preaching is human. How can you judge his evolution? What's the barometer of his evolution? So, are we? Oh, it's 11:44. DB, you want to call in? Because I know you probably have a lot to say, and I got a potty. That shows you I got toddlers, right? I got a potty, and I am, and the one thing about me, if you haven't learned about me, no, I'm not leading. No, that's not my job. My job ain't to lead. My job is to tell you what I believe. I'm not leading nobody. I'm telling you what I believe. And you can apply it to whatever you want in your life. By no means am I leading nobody. No. That's not where I'm from. You know what I mean? Mm-mm. So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy how the service of God is regional. You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by regional, how he's worshiped in different countries under the same religion in different ways. You know, it's, like I've seen Christians do different things. Like even if, like, for example, I'll use the term white and black. You go to a black church in LA, you go to a white church in LA, they worship different. You understand what I'm saying? That's so. DB gone? I ain't seen him in the chat. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going to lead my house. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lead my house. So, that's what it is. DB gone? So yeah, man. So Malcolm's birthday is Wednesday, and I always get like I always like get hyper information as it pertains to time. I've been celebrating his birthday for God knows how long. But more importantly, when I had my first child, when I had Lincoln, I knew that I was going to be like it was going to be like a holiday, with my kids. And because I think it's important that we pick an ancestor, whoever your ancestor that inspires you, and whoever gives you that extra ounce of faith, the extra ounce of love. I think you should find time and celebrate them. I believe it's important. I truly believe it's important. And I think it adds culture to your life as well. It adds humility to your life. So I think like that's important. Whoever it is, it could be someone current, it could be someone old, they could still be alive. Yeah, form of reverence, sure, reverence, yeah. Yeah, and yeah, 2050, yeah. 2050. Yeah, man, that's what it is, man. And I think search for your truth, man. Don't be afraid to search for your truth. I'm going against 10 million people. I don't care. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I was quiet for a long time, And I said, fuck it, man. I don't care. Because I live in Los Angeles is a pretty big city, and the Nation of Islam is like a part of my daily life. And I've always had reservations about Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, and as it pertains to that. But fight for your truth. You understand? Fight for what you believe in. Don't let no one deter you from you believing what you believe. You're going to feel better. These few thousands of dollars that I spent researching this has been the most fun I've had in a long time. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been the most fun I've had in a long time. Some of y'all want to find your genealogy, where you came from. That's some of you may want to find out about your favorite basketball coach. Some of y'all want to travel to every baseball stadium, every football stadium, so you get what I'm saying? So honor your truth, man. Follow your heart. I think it's important. No one's gonna understand you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't, because I think that the truth is more spiritual than physical. You understand what I'm saying? It is. And I think when people, well, I guess DB ain't calling it, so we'll just, I saw him in there earlier. Maybe you don't want to talk about this topic. Oh, there he is. You calling in, DB? Oh man, yeah. But search for your truth, man. Dig for your truth, man. It's fun. It's fun. You'll definitely feel more free. You'll definitely feel more free. You know what I mean? It's Hey, what's up, champ?
Hey, what's going on, brother? I just want to say this real quick, man, before you close the show.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
I was seeing a lot of people in the chat saying, what's the point? What's the goal? And I get that, but from just to kind of expel on what you were just saying, this is for you. This is like you just said, just search for your truth. So for your love for Malcolm is one of the reasons of why you do this, and I understand that. You said something earlier, and that was a good point. About people putting a certain figure in a godlike status. I can remember when Michael J. White said he could beat Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee fans lost their mind. And Michael J. White later said that, he probably shouldn't have said that. He apologized, but, his thing was, he understands that people put Bruce Lee at such a high pedestal to imagine that Bruce Lee could be beat. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for people to accept that, but Bruce Lee was a realist. At the same time, he would watch footage of Ali, and because his style of fighting mimicked Bruce Lee's Ali's boxing, and he said that in a real fight Ali would kill him. You know what I'm saying? So he was a realist at the same time. Although he was an incredible martial artist. I've like you said, I've had my reservations about Farrakhan. I didn't like the situation concerning Khalid Muhammad. That always bothered me. But you know, I mean, it is what it is. I don't think any charges would ever be brought up on Farrakhan, whatever the case may be. But I understand what you're saying. You know, so let me let me shout out to all my brothers and sisters in the chat, Michael Rudy Great, DB, Deacon, and Queen Patty Dean, and Love Is Word. Everybody in the chat, man. Salute to everybody. I just wanted to speak on that, man. Also, I want to tell you, brothers, man, it's a DVD that I just picked up called Bug Breaking. I need to pick it up. Man. Yeah, it's pretty deep.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
I
Man.
know Tariq just did it.
Yeah, he just did it, man. It's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. Definitely pick that up when you know if you get a chance. You know, but yeah, I'm about to lay it down, man. Salute to you, brothers. I'm out.
Where you going next? Where's your next trip?
I'm at the house. I'm home.
I know that. We can tell. Hey, we know by the background by now where you at and what you're doing, man.
Yeah. I'm at the house. I'm chill for about a week, man. I probably end up back in St. Louis because my mom just had a procedure, and I gotta go. I gotta go out there and deal with that. So I'm probably gonna get a load going out that way.
Appreciate you.
All right, my brother. So much respect. All right.
DB, you calling in? Or no? Yeah. Yeah, shout out to the third shift and the truck drivers. We appreciate you, man. We definitely appreciate you. You know, the one I'll tell you guys, shit, it's no matter. Y'all pretty much know everything as well. Yeah, we definitely hope your mom gets well. I wish I didn't become a teacher in 2000. I wish I would have worked on this project in 2000. And this is what I want to tell y'all. The moment you get that spark, do it. I waited 21 years. 20. Yeah. I'm mad at myself for waiting so long. And that hurts my heart when I think about it. You know, life get in the way. You chasing pussy. You trying to make money. You trying to be a capitalist. I should have did this at 20 instead of 43. 22, excuse me. I'm telling for real. So when you get that spark, you know what I mean? It's not all about money. If you get that inspiration to find your truth at 19, 20, 21, 22, do it. Please do it. You know? Like I would have loved to have a conversation with WD Muhammad. Would have loved to have that conversation. You know? Died in 2008. You understand what I'm saying? So if you ain't learned anything tonight, whenever you get that spark to search for your truth, do it. All right. So that's all. And it's fun too. It's totally fun. I don't think DB called. He was in the chat and didn't respond. So we just gonna get out of here. Yeah, man. Well, I'm not burning my. This was fun, man. I had fun. We'll talk boxing tomorrow. Even though I'm dropping a whole bunch of stuff. On my Instagram. So, you know what I mean? So, and I got like 3 or 4 projects coming out, but some will be on this, some won't. And you guys will be the judge of it. You guys can do what you please. So he just commented in chat a minute ago. Like 1 minute ago. He literally just commented. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. All right, we good. I don't think he's calling in. There we go, because he would have said something in the chat. Anyways, man, I appreciate y'all coming in tonight, man. We'll Well, maybe you don't want to go off on me. Hustler Slim, man. I appreciate you coming in here, man. Noonie, Rodney, Dre's Finest, Aeon Jack. Who else we had in here? Dre's Finest, Mike Jones, Mike Weary, Aeon Jack, Kane, Brandon, D Moss, Champ, RB, Mike Weary, Brother Code 10, Aeon Jack, Deke, and Champion Heart. Again. Let's see who else. See, DB just commented. Yeah, he just commented. I don't think he won. No, I don't think so. All right, man. We just gonna get out of here. I'm gonna tell myself to play the song. Going once, DB. Going twice, DB. All right, in the words of Dre's Finest, man, play the song. No, I don't think he just commented, man. If DB wanted to call in for sure, I done called his name 85 times. He listening, trust me.
This way before, travel
open door,
circumstances never came to the path, and like our
oh so fast.
No, we got lonely sometimes. You see,
I know we could make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me.
Cause I know my took I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life.
Life's a play with no rehearsal.
Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth.
People Hernandez. Take a sip. The much expected, much
given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see your brilliance. Get up.
Open up your words now. It's the moment of truth.
No backing down.
They coming. It's for the children. It's a giving. You gotta give it. Be a blessing. Rob G. It's my personal statement. Run a game like I'm Aces.
Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah,
bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the season. Indigenous to the crimes like dinner for all my people.
Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. While cancer slow on our road, I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love.
Giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round.
Life's to play with no rehearsal. Last time, y'all. Take it personal. Yeah, people now just dropped them because the devil is a lie. Hey. Telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey. All right, love y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man.